This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
About to bring gold back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
And how sweet it is! A state gold medal for the Union Scotties!
And then the Shannock Lancers are your 2A softball champions. The trophy lifted high.
The 10th seed Union Scotties are WPIAL champions.
Not a Cinderella story, a championship story here.
And your 2023 WPIL 2A Girls Champions, the Shenango Wildcats.
The pitch from Bruce, here it comes. Swing and miss! Union wins it! The Union Scotties have rallied to win the WPIAL Championship.
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
Work it down inside and alley-oop the young gun.
She'll strike it and score!
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
For Mike Menold, they go 0-3. Now they got to go to Farrell.
We know Slippery Rock benefited from a fifth.
Briggs, Ringer, Steele, and Ken Moyer. Four of us going with the Reynolds Raiders. Art Shannon, Landmark, Birch, and yours truly.
And finally, Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock, the Cochranton Cardinals at 1-1 come to 0-2 Kennedy.
Boy, Kennedy Catholic, they're a dangerous team, and if they're healthy, they are going to be one to watch on Saturday. 8 of us going with Cochranton.
Oh, okay. So, like, if I want to say something off air. Yeah, I get Yeah. We're used to that. Yeah, we're used to that.
Kennedy will knock off Cochranton on Saturday afternoon. It's going to be a very interesting week. We have you covered. That'll do it for Pigskin Pick'em. Now let's go back to Aaron Byro.
Thanks, Bob. That's going to do it for me in the studio. Join celebrity guest Art Shannon and myself after the game for the Warner's Homes and Improvement fifth quarter scoreboard show. We will recap all the scores and take your calls. And remember, we will be live in the studio on the Sports Radio 96.7 page, reading comments, and you can check out our score scroller on the page. Stay tuned for Week 4 on Sports Radio 96.7 with Mark Slazak and Bob Greenberg. Get ready for Sharon at Grove City. And on News Talk 790 WPIC with Ryan Briggs and Chris Birch. Stay tuned for Hickory at Wilmington. On behalf of our radio crew and our game announcers, I am Aaron Byro. Thanks for listening and enjoy the games.
This is News Talk 790 WPIC.
We can hear it, I guess.
And this is high school football at its very best.
It is blocked, and it is Archie who picks it up. He's heading for the end zone. Wilmington has won the state championship. Forget
Andre Coleman takes it into the end zone.
Myers back to pass. Pump fake. Looks. Throws. Long near side. Get a man open. McCoy caught it. Gone by 1 yard. The Pharaoh Steelers are your 2019 state champions.
It's the game that separates the men from the boys, and it's happening right now.
Tonight on News Talk 790 WPIC, we feature a Region 3 showdown as the 2-1 Hickory Hornets travel to Wilmington to face the 2-1 Greyhounds.
Our 2023-24 high school sports broadcasts on 790 WPIC are brought to you by Medicine Shop Pharmacy of Hermitage, caring beyond prescriptions. Bill McCandless Ford in Mercer and Meadville. The Reinhardt's Agency. It's not the insurance they sell, it's the service that makes them better. Cash Dollar and Associates, where they have the client and only the client in mind. Lock, Stock, and Barrel, serving giant subs since 1973. Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer. Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958. St. Paul's in Greenville, a senior living community. Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Banking but better. Attorney Bill Motor. Excellence, experience, and integrity. Mercer County State Bank. Community-minded since 1911. Mancino's Driving School, where safe driving starts. Herman's Water. When taste matters. Vay's Pub and Grill. Make it special. Make it Vay's. Montgomery Truss and Panel, unparalleled products and services for your construction project. Hermitage Rotary Club. If you're struggling with prescription opioids, there is hope. Community Counseling Center of Mercer County, empowering positive change. Mailer Insurance, trusted for generations. Minuteman Press and One Stop Mail for all of your printing, marketing, and mailing needs. English Auto in Grove City, specializing in Southern vehicles up to $15,000. Please thank this group of sponsors for supporting all of our high school sports broadcasts all season. On News Talk 790 WPIC. Now it's time to go to the field with our countdown to kickoff show with our game announcers,
Ryan Briggs and Chris Birch.
It is week number 4 of the 2023 high school football season in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and tonight a pair of 2-1 teams will meet in New Wilmington as the Wilmington Greyhounds host Hickory in Region 3 action. Hi, everybody. Ryan Briggs here, along with Chris Birch. A special hello to everybody who's tuned in tonight via the Lawrence County SportsNet. Our good friend James Dotson and his outstanding crew have partnered with us tonight, kind of a six-man tag, if you will. But, Chris, that's the type of game you put on Lawrence County SportsNet. Hickory 2-1, Wilmington 2-1. Big game for each team.
Yeah, really big game, and certainly has been a big game, throughout the history of this rivalry since Wilmington came over into District 10 in 1994. Just lots of great championship games, playoff games, regular season games, old MCAC games. And last year was an epic battle between these two. And, certainly you look at this game, lots of drama, lots of intrigue surrounding this one. I think the winner of this game, really can kind of feel as if, hey, we are in contention here perhaps for a region title. The loser all of a sudden will have 2 region losses still with Farrell and Grove City to go. So, a big game for a lot of reasons in a really storied rivalry.
Hickory coming off a 12-0 setback last week against Sharon. Meanwhile, the Wilmington Greyhounds, they were in non-conference action hosting Mercer last Saturday night, 48-14. Wilmington winning the battle of Route 158. So the Hounds are 2-1. They are 1-1 in league play. Their first 2 games this year were conference games. That 49-42 wild shootout here in week 1, the loss to Sharpsville. And then in week 2, another tight game, but a much different game, scoring at the very end. Ben Miller scoring within the final 15 seconds to give Wilmington a 14-7 win at Greenville. So 2 league games, 2 tight ones for Wilmington. The point differential is 0. But what we found is that the Hounds, Chris, they are a team that obviously is comfortable in a shootout or a grind them out close to the vest type of game. I think I know what Coach Fillion's preference would be, but they can go both ways.
Yeah, there's no question. And what you really take from that game against Sharpsville is, this is a really high-powered offense. This is a team maybe that perhaps their deficiency over the past 2 years has been the ability to score. But all of a sudden, you score like that against the team, the quality of Sharpsville, and then you turn around and, grind it out against Greenville, like you said, and then get a good win against a good Mercer team. I said to Coach Fillion, both on and off air, like you have to feel really good about the way things have shaped out when you look at these 3 games. And, there's no doubt. I think he likes ball control. He likes, clock control, all those kind of things. But he'll play however he has to win a game.
The Hickory Hornets, 2 great wins to start the season, hammering Harbor Creek, and then a big win at Franklin, 63-14. But last week, the Sharon Tigers went to Hermitage and blanked the Hornets 12-0 in a game that statistically was not that close. No doubt the Hornets looking to get a big bounce back tonight here on the road.
Well, I mean, how about the defense that Sharon has played? And I say that, to contrast how great Hickory's offense was those first 2 weeks. You and I saw Sharon against a great Neshannock team, so we know how good their defense is. So I think perhaps what we know about Hickory right now is not a whole lot. They kind of their offense really played well. We know how good Sean Kennedy is at that running back position, and they just kind of stomped over those 2 northern opponents. And then Sharon came in and blanked them. So I think we're going to find out a lot tonight about where Hickory actually is, offensively. We know they're good defensively.
Parker Hilliard will get the start at quarterback tonight for Hickory. The normal starter, Xander Tellez, is expected to play, but he's been, like a lot of people, under the weather this week, missed some practice time, so Parker Hilliard will start. We're not sure when Coach Dungy will make the call to the bullpen, if you will. Parker Hilliard, as senior, he's been the backup quarterback. He started at tight end. He started at linebacker. He's been on the field a lot, so in case if he has to have an extended run tonight, because with Tellez, we've been in that situation before. Think you feel great, you find out maybe I don't feel so well,
right.
Or I don't feel real well. And then you get out there, the blood gets going, and you play a great game. So
right.
We don't necessarily know how close to 100% Tellez is or will be as the game goes on. But Parker Hilliard is a very nice insurance policy.
Yeah, he sure is. I mean, he's a 4-year player for this team. A guy that's been on the field in crucial moments. 4 years. We know he's a really good, strong tight end when Tellez is healthy. And, he knows the offense. He's, a student of the game. Just all of those things that you love to see from a, kind of a backup quarterback situation. So they have a lot of confidence in him. They're fine.
Wilmington also making a change behind center tonight. Buda Book, who's been the starter for the first 3 games. He was, of course, an all-region split end wide receiver last year. He will start at halfback tonight. Ashton Reeder, the sophomore, wearing number 83, not exactly a traditional quarterback number. He played the second half last week against Mercer, with Book playing a lot at left halfback in that wing T set. And Ashton Reeder, he gets the call tonight. It's quite an endeavor. Your first start, you take on a really good Hickory defense.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those deals where I think he just wants to get as many talented people in the backfield, Coach Fillion, as he possibly can. And in that, that wing T kind of share the ball offense, the fact that you get Reeder in there, you move Book out to probably at least what Coach Fillion thinks is Book's natural position. That just adds one more weapon to this already difficult to prepare for offense of Wilmington. So, there's no doubt they have a lot of confidence in that too.
Wilmington banged up a little bit offensively. Jamie Miller, who's gotten a lot of action at halfback, will start at tight end tonight, which is actually his natural position. Danny Leonard is in street clothes, and then Tyler Mickelin, multi-year letter winner, multi-year starter in all 3 facets of the game. He is out. He's been out the last couple of weeks for Wilmington. So a reshuffled deck in the Wilmington offensive backfield. Chris and I are going to take our first break. When we come back, we will talk further about the teams. We'll talk to the coaches, and we will have the Minuteman Press and One Stop Mail starting lineups. More pregame from Wilmington after this on News Talk 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet.
Thanks for coming in. How can we help you?
I'm just having a hard time. I don't know what you can do. No one understands.
Just coming here was a great step. Now that you're here, let's figure out what your next step will be. We'll work on it together.
Community Counseling Center of Mercer County offers care for adults, children, and families. Our mission is to help individuals and families live healthy and fulfilling lives. Community Counseling Center of Mercer County, 724-981-7141 or cccmer.org.
The drug landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. A synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, smell it, or taste it. Know the dangers.
Contact Mercer County Behavioral Health, Inc. in Mercer, PA at 724-662-2230 or visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose. Brought to you by the Heritage PA Rotary Club and the Mercer County Opioid Settlement Fund.
How well do you know your insurance company?
Well, I know I pay each month, and I'm covered.
Okay, are you sure you have the best rates? Do you have the right coverage for your needs? Are you paying for things you don't need?
Well, I haven't actually talked to my agent. I just assumed...
Talk to a real person. Talk to someone local and see the difference.
Mailer Insurance is local. Mailer Insurance lives where you do, and they'll give you the coverage you need and nothing you don't at a fair price. And they are always here to talk. Mailer Insurance in Sharpsville or at mailerinsurance.com, a Reinhardt's Agency Incorporated affiliate.
The drug landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. A synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, smell it, or taste it. Know the dangers.
Contact Mercer County Behavioral Health, Inc. in Mercer, PA at 724-662-2230 or visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose. Brought to you by the Heritage PA Rotary Club and the Mercer County Opioid Settlement Fund.
Countdown to kickoff is brought to you by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy of Hermitage, caring beyond prescriptions.
Back here at Wilmington High School, Ryan Briggs, Chris Birch with you. We have Aaron Biro back in the studio producing tonight's game on 790 WPIC. Hello to everybody who is listening via the Sports Radio 96.7 Facebook page. Hello to everybody watching via Lawrence County SportsNet. James Dotson and his talented crew helping us out tonight also. Chris, we talked at length about each team in our first segment, kind of getting a little bit more specifically, starting with the home team, the Wilmington Greyhounds. It's a veteran team, but there's also some young guys who really stepped forward. Of course, Ben Miller, the senior right halfback, the leading rusher in the Mercer County area. He's had a couple of big nights this year already, 110 yards, 3 touchdowns last week, 3 rushing touchdowns, and a kick return touchdown against Mercer last week. No doubt if he has a big night, the Greyhounds have a great shot at coming out of here with a win.
No question about it. I mean, I think he is, easily one of the most productive players, not just running backs, players, in all of District 10. I mean, he's just been phenomenal. In that he's almost like perfectly made for that traditional wing T offense that Wilmington is so good at. How many guys like that have we seen over the years? But he's special because he can run people over, and he's got the quicks. He can get out to the edge and just blow by people. Big and strong, 5'10", 200 pounds. He's a special player, and I think maybe this team having certainly a bit of a resurgence is him going from a star to like a superstar from last year to this year.
He's built like a fullback and runs like a halfback.
That's it. You got it.
The offensive line up front, 4 seniors. Rocky Serafino, first team All-Region, helping lead the way. Left guard, Carter Hercovey, Willie Moore, Will Bruckner. 4 seniors up front, and the way the swing T offense, a lot of angles, a lot of pulling, trapping, etc. There are a lot of different combinations, if you will, and no doubt having that much experience, these guys are all returning starters. And then Jacob Corder, your left tackle, 6'2", 275. That's a pretty nice 5 to go forward with.
Yeah, it sure is. And, we've certainly seen, the Wilmington offensive lines just be dominant over the years. And, that's it. They know how to play those angles. They know how to do that offense. It's it's like the whole needs to be better than the sum of its parts. The sum of this offensive line's parts is pretty darn good. Again, this is a good group, and I think that, again, Wilmington's resurgence has a lot to do with them.
We'll come back and talk about the Hickory Hornets and visit with the coaches after this on News Talk 790 WPIC.
Something wonderful happened in Sharpsville. That's when Lock, Stock, and Barrel opened their doors and served their first of now over 3 million giant submarine sandwiches. They still serve 42 whole subs on 15-inch buns. Lock, Stock, and Barrel also offers burgers, specialty sandwiches, wraps, gyros, salads, wings, and even breakfast. Call 724-962-5503. Lock, Stock, and Barrel, proud sponsors of the Sub of the Game and Play of the Game.
Home Improvement Hotline, how can I help?
Hi, we're thinking of remodeling our kitchen.
Make your dream kitchen?
Yeah.
Yourself?
Yes?
Oh, boy.
Why?
Oh, the headaches from flooring in tight corners to why doesn't the countertop fit? The cabinets are wrong. Pulls don't match. Do we repaint or refloor? You have to rewire the outlets. Suddenly it's 6 months and you still have no kitchen?
We don't want that.
Oh, then here's who to call.
Warner's Homes and Improvements. For a headache-free dream kitchen or bath, tell us your dreams. We'll make it happen. Since 1958, Warner Homes and Improvements. Quality you can trust at warnerconstruction.com.
Countdown to kickoff is brought to you by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy of Hermitage. Caring beyond prescriptions.
And I'm joined by Wilmington head coach Brandon Fillion. And, Coach, a renewal of one of the premier rivalries in all of Mercer County area, District 10, your program against this great Hickory program. Just a couple of your thoughts as you head into week 4 here.
Well, first of all, Chris, I'd just like to thank you and Briggsy for being here. You guys are first class to have. Chris Birch, Ryan Briggs with us here in the house just makes it all the more special for the boys, not just on our team, but both teams. So on behalf of, myself, our school, and our community, thank you guys for being here. But yeah, a couple of the thoughts you mentioned. It's a great rival, since Wilmington's inception in the District 10 in '94. This has always been a hotly contested series. You look at last year, the game went down to the wire, came down to the last minute. Hickory's a great team. Coach Dungy and his staff have the guys playing hard. A lot of athletes on the field, but also some real size up front. So to me, when I look at this team, they're a complete football team that we're going up against here tonight.
Right. Well, looking at your team too. I was just kind of thinking about, your three scores, not even digging deep into the stats or anything like that. So, you played that just epic basketball score game against Sharpsville, one of the better games in the history of that rivalry. And then, 2 wins against good, solid, slobber knocker Mercer County teams in Greenville and Mercer. So, you come in here. We're back on 7 in Buddha book, trying to put him in positions where he can help your team the most. Had him a quarterback the past couple of weeks, moving him out to halfback there with Mitchell, Tree, and Miller in your backfield. Just talk a little bit about that move.
Well, that move really was something, necessitated based on injuries. We've had some injuries, throughout the first 3 games of the season. And as we've shuffled the deck with those injuries, that's really the move that we feel makes the best sense for us. Buddha's one of those guys, he can play anywhere. If you put him under center at quarterback, he does a great job. He's really, natural at running back. That would probably be what you would say is his most natural position. So he's excited about it. But, really a guy who we're confident could play anywhere on the football field. And Ashton Reeder came in against Mercer. We gave him some reps with our first unit, did a nice job. So, we're excited to see what the offense looks like with that configuration tonight.
Nice. Taking a look down the field at this Hickory team. Obviously a great program over the past 10, 15 years. Some great battles. You mentioned the game last year against them. But maybe tough to get a read on them. You look at their 3 games. We haven't learned much about this Hickory team. What are some of the things that you kind of have gotten that, all right, these are things we're going to have to do against Hickory?
Well, you can tell that you were a successful coach, buddy, because your analysis there is spot on. When you look at the first 2 games, Hickory played exceptionally well, in the first 2 outings. Then, of course, last week against Sharon, a little bit different story. And I don't think that, was that Hickory, didn't show up or anything like that. I think Sharon's a really talented football team this year. But, like you said, it's kind of 2 extremes when you've looked at the film. So, we're trying to piece together what we can from those. And obviously our offense is a little bit different animal than when they've defended so far. So I think that there may be a little bit of a feeling out phase in that first quarter tonight for both teams, and I think you'll see the adjustments come, in accordance with that.
Right. Coach, I always love coming and interviewing you. It's like two radio guys are have a hard time keeping it down to like a 3 or 4 minute interview. So always appreciate seeing you, seeing your team. Certainly good luck tonight, and good luck as you kind of head into the heart of the schedule here.
Like I said, so excited to have Ryan Briggs, Chris Birch with us tonight. You guys do a great job. Thanks again for being here. We appreciate the coverage.
All right, thanks, Coach. Those were the thoughts of Wilmington head coach Brandon Fillion as he gets his Hounds ready for this showdown here against Hickory. Pre-game continues on 790 WPIC.
At the Federal Republic of Germany,
When you're a grower, you know what it takes to thrive in the field. My bank understands and respects that. When you've got a financial partner working alongside you, it makes the days a little easier and the numbers all add up. My bank is experienced when it comes to agriculture. My family's been doing business with them for a long time. I'm independent. So is my bank.
Mercer County State Bank. Member FDIC. Your community bank. Online at mcsbank.bank.
Countdown to kickoff is brought to you by the Medicine Shop Pharmacy of Hermitage. Caring beyond prescriptions.
Back here at Wilmington High School, Ryan Briggs, Chris Birch with you. We will go to Chris's interview with Hickory coach Bill Dungy in just a moment. But Chris, talking about the Hickory Hornets, this is a team, a lot of familiar names, especially in the defensive backfield and on the outside. Luke Neville, Will Ackery, Keenan Scullin, of course, who's coming off of an off-season surgery. And, of course, we mentioned the quarterback situation tonight. Parker Hilliard will get the start. Xander Tellez expected to play at quarterback. A newcomer, Kelvin Morrison, who was explosive the first 2 weeks, had some tough sledding last week against Sharon, but he certainly is a home run threat. But just, I know we were talking to a lot of Wilmington people. The guy that really concerns them is Sean Kennedy, the 5'9", 210-pound senior. And he's 321 yards last year, 574 yards as a sophomore. You have to think that maybe Hickory, one of their points of emphasis before the season, Coach Dungy talked a lot about, was running the ball with more efficiency and stopping the run. Tonight seems like a night where Hickory may want to get the ground game going.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. It's one of those deals where with Sean Kennedy, he's one of the more, just sort of naturally talented backs, in the whole region, if not the whole district. But we really haven't seen him unleashed yet. And you think on a night like tonight, in this game against this team, perhaps, Sean Kennedy could have kind of like his big breakout night, against this team, scheme-wise, I'm talking. So, yeah, there's no question about that, especially with, Tellez maybe a little bit under the weather and, who knows how much he's going to play. So, yeah, you could really see where this maybe could be Sean Kennedy's night.
Hickory up front, a lot of sophomores and juniors, guys that played some minutes last year. Of course, this is game 4 now, so these guys certainly have some seasoning. But you look at the right guard, Luke Lewis, who also starts at nose tackle. Ben Walls, who will start on the defensive end and at left guard. It seems like that between the tackles battle tonight on both sides of the ball, no matter what level of football, whether it's tonight, tomorrow in the college games, Sunday in the pros games, that line play is so critical.
It's so critical, and just kind of talking a little bit to Coach Dungy off air, about that Sharon game, a little kind of in-depth, more in-depth than in the interview. He basically, he and his staff, they praised their line for the way they played against that, big, experienced Sharon line last week, but they also challenged them to be a lot better. They were sort of picky about some things, in the film rooms to try to get them to kind of up their game a little bit. So it will be real interesting to see how that line reacts against Wilmington.
You mentioned your interview with Coach Dungy. Here it is. Here's Chris with Hickory head coach Bill Dungy.
Hickory head coach Bill Dungy, and coach, a renewal of a great rivalry over the years against this Wilmington squad. You've had, obviously 2 great games to start the season, a battle against Sharon last week. Just a couple of your thoughts as you head into week 4.
It's Region 3, right? You go from playing the Tigers one week, and then you got the Hounds the next week on the road. I mean, there's no rest for the weary. But, yeah, first 2 games, it's just kind of warm-up games, obviously. No disrespect to those teams, but not on the same level as what we faced last week and we're going to face tonight against Wilmington. But, I mean, every game is a game themselves. The good thing about it, we came out relatively healthy, and we're ready to go tonight.
I mean, one of the things that really stands out about your team so far through 3 games is your defense has just been lights out. Obviously against those 2 non-league opponents the first 2 weeks, but then against a very good Sharon offense last week, stingy again. You got to like that as you head into we'll figure it out on offense, but our defense will travel.
Yeah, I mean, it was the old saying, defense wins championships, so that's what the hope is there. But, yeah, those guys are flying around. Coach Matt Schneider has them playing sound football. Their keys alignment, assignment, and playing fast, and they're doing that, swarming to the ball, as we like to say. So really happy by that. Obviously not happy with our performance on offense last week. If your defense gives up 12 points against a really good team, you should be able to win that, and that's what we're focused on tonight.
Speaking of good teams, looking down the field at this one.
In the region, he has quickness, he has great vision, balance, and then he's low to the ground and strong. So you're not going to bring him down with one guy, and we emphasize that all week. You got to bring your legs, you got to bring wrap, tackle, and we got to swarm and take him down with several guys. But then it's just the system itself, that the wing tee, and it looks like they're cooking. They got multiple guys touching the ball. The quarterback is then scrambling and running. It's a handful anytime you face that. You can try to simulate it in practice, but it's not the real thing. But so that's the main concern. It starts with Miller.
You're speaking of your offense. Your quarterback Xander Tellez, a little sickness this week. You're going to go with Parker Hilliard. How's that kind of work for you this week at practice?
Yeah, it was tough. Wednesday, when your starting quarterback on an offensive day is not there, but he's feeling pretty good today. So we'll see both. Parker will start off. He'll take the first ones, taking all the reps on Wednesday. Xander did get some reps later yesterday, so I think he's feeling pretty good. I don't know if he's 100% yet, but he battles. He's a warrior. But when you have a backup that's a senior who's been in the program 4 years, we have the ultimate confidence in Parker Hilliard. So I think both of them will lead us tonight.
Right. Coach, I didn't get to see your team at all last year, so a couple of times the year before. Always great to see you. Great to see your team. Good luck tonight against this good Wilmington team, and good luck as you head into the heart of the schedule.
Thank you. Appreciate everything you guys do. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And that was Hickory coach Bill Dungy with our Chris Birch. It is time now for tonight's starting lineups, and the starting lineups, as always, are being brought to you by Minuteman Press and One Stop Mail in Hermitage. Minuteman Press and One Stop Mail. For all of your printing, marketing, and mailing needs, follow them on Facebook. That's Minuteman Press and One Stop Mail. First for the Hickory Hornets on offense, they will be led, at least to start out with tonight, by Parker Hilliard, 6 feet, 205 pounds, senior quarterback. He's been the starting tight end this year and the backup QB. He will start tonight. We'll also see Xander Tellez, 6'3", 175, a junior, the regular starter. The tailback, Sean Kennedy, 5'9", 210, a senior. The H-back is Kelvin Morrison, 5'11", 165, a freshman. The X receiver, or split end, is Tylon Cousin, 6 feet, 175, a senior. The flanker, or Z receiver, is Luke Neville, 5'10", 165, a senior. The Y receiver is Keenan Scullin, a senior, 6'1", 180, a senior. We'll also see Will Ackery, 5'10", 165, a senior, and Timmy Krivosh, 5'9", 160, a senior, at the receiver spots. Offensive line, the left tackle is Michael Ristvay, 5'11", 215, a sophomore. Ben Walls at left guard, 6 feet, 245, a junior. Matthew Myers, the center, 5'9", 185, a sophomore. Luke Lewis, 6'2", 325, a sophomore at right guard. The right tackle was Spencer Lee, 6'2", 225, a junior. The Wilmington defense, a 4-3. The ends are Rocky Serafino, 6'2", 205, a senior, and Carter Horkovy, 6 feet, 220, a senior. The tackles are Will Bruckner, 6'4", 250, a senior, and Colin Raleigh, 6'2", 220, a sophomore. Outside linebackers, Jamie Miller, 5'7", 190, a sophomore, and Willie Moore, 5'10", 175, a senior. Maverick Whiting, 6'1", 180, a sophomore, is the middle linebacker. Corners are Freddie Zahetner, 6 feet, 140, a sophomore, and Chase Mitchelltree, 5'9", 165, a freshman. Strong safety Ben Miller, 5'10", 200, a senior. Buddha Book is the free safety, 6 feet, 175, a senior. The Wilmington offense will be led by a first-time starting quarterback, Ashton Reeder, 6'3", 190, a sophomore. Mitchelltree, the fullback. Book at left halfback. Ben Miller at right halfback. Zahetner's the split end. Jamie Miller, the tight end. Jacob Coulter at left tackle, 6'2", 275, a sophomore. Serafino at left guard. Horkovy's the center. Moore at right guard. Bruckner, the right tackle. The Hickory defense, a 3-4. The ends are Walls and Lee. Lewis is the nose tackle. We'll also see Joey Garm, 6'5", 350 at the nose tackle. Linebackers, Parker Hilliard on one outside spot. Ja'Kiah King at the other side. On the other side, 6 feet, 195, a freshman. Kennedy and Myers on the inside. Cousin and Jaden Phillips are the corners. Phillips is a freshman, 5'9", 155. Ackery's the strong safety. Krivosh the free safety. We'll come back with the opening kickoff in 30 seconds on News Talk 790, WPIC, and Lawrence County SportsNet.
Get it all done at One Stop Mail in Hermitage. One Stop Mail is your go-to destination for all your mailing and shipping needs. From fast and efficient packing to reliable shipping services, One Stop Mail's got you covered. Plus, their printing and copying services will help you leave a lasting impression. Experience convenience and top-notch customer service all under one roof. Visit them today and simplify your mailing experience at One Stop Mail. One Stop Mail, 3170 East State Street in Hermitage, or follow them on Facebook.
Wouldn't you love to have this pharmacy experience? You pull up and park close to the door. Walk a short distance to the counter. Have the pharmacist greet you by name. Wait just a short time for your prescription. Receive time to discuss your questions with the pharmacist and still pay the same copay as you would at a large chain store. This service is available at your fingertips at the Medicine Shop Pharmacy located at 1740 East State Street in Hermitage. Call us at 724-983-8451.
The first quarter is brought to you by the Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Banking, but better.
Back here at Wilmington High School, along with Chris Birch, Ryan Briggs here. Hello to everybody watching on the Lawrence County SportsNet. Don't forget, after the game, we will have the Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game and the Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game. Then later tonight, Art Shannon, Aaron Byro have the Warner Homes and Improvements 5th quarter scoreboard show until 11 o'clock tonight. Chris, Hickory won the toss, elected to receive. Are you surprised or no?
No, I am not actually surprised about that at all. I know that, Coach Dungy, one of his big points of emphasis was getting off to a good start, getting the offense some confidence after last week. So I was actually thinking he was telling me that if they won the toss, they were going to receive and get that offense right out there and kind of get to attacking. So kind of interesting. The other little tidbit that I got, Ryan, just kind of talking at length with the coaches is, Coach Fillion, I think there's no question. One of his big keys is time of possession tonight. He wants to possess the football and keep the Hickory offense off the field.
Wilmington will go left to right. James Winters will kick off. Hounds are in the Navy jerseys, white numbers and letters outlined in gold, white pants, gold stripes, Navy helmets with the block W, the italicized W. Hickory, white tops, red numbers and letters outlined in black, black pants, red stripe, white helmets with a red stripe down the middle for Hickory. Winters has it teed up at the 40 in the middle of the field. Will Ackery and Calvin Morrison deep at the 7-yard line for Hickory. We're underway. Kick downfield, and will be Ackery at his own 11. Will Ackery into the middle of the field, now low to the right side. To the 25, to the 30, has the room. Ackery to the 40, cuts inside of Winters, who gets a hold of him. Ackery breaks out of the pack, still on his feet. Ackery inside the 45, down to the 40-yard line. Finally brought down by the Wilmington kick team. Maverick Whiting, the starting middle linebacker, brings him down. But a healthy run back, 49 yards for Will Ackery.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like he was hemmed in, kind of inside the 35 and found a seam and nobody else back there. But the kicker, James Winters, and Winters just kind of was able to angle him back into the blue shirts. And Whiting finally came up and make the tackle, but not before he gets the ball into Wilmington territory.
First down and 10, Hickory at the 40, moving right to left. Two receivers to the left, both on the line of scrimmage. Morrison comes in motion, and Hilliard will shovel it forward. Morrison around left end of the 35, spins, stays on his feet, bounces off of Book. Jamie Miller has a hold of him. Morrison still driving all the way down to the 25-yard line, a pickup of 15 on the shovel pass.
Yeah, and you can see that, both the kickoff and then the first play from scrimmage, that the Hickory backs kind of running with a little additional purpose, a little additional anger there. And I'm sure Coach Fillion telling this Wilmington guys, hey, we got to wrap them up and bring them down.
First and 10 at the 25 after the 15-yard pickup. Ball just inside the near left hash mark. Neville wide left. Ackery motions out of the backfield. Low snap. Hilliard throws it right flat. Caught by Ackery. Ackery to the 20. Ackery will be brought down by Jamie Miller inside the 20. At the 18-yard line. A couple of safe passes for Hilliard here in the early going.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah, that was a nice job by Hilliard there, scooping that low snap up and keeping the timing of the play accurate. But, yeah, get him a little confidence out there and kind of get this offense in rhythm.
Ball put down at the 17, a gain of 8. Second down and 2. Hickory is into the McCandless Ford red zone. McCandless Ford, Mercer, and Meadville. Neville wide left, Scullin slot left.
Yep.
And movement up front before the snap. It looks like the Hornets are going to be set back 5 yards.
Yeah, you can tell Hilliard sent the...
oh, no, excuse me. It's going to be on Wilmington jumping off sides.
Okay.
So it will be a quick 5 and a first down for the Hickory Hornets.
Didn't it look like the motion man went, and then about half of the team kind of went, and right before a heartbeat...
The 12, first flag of the night. Referee George Snyder leading this 5-man Mercer County crew. Backs on either side of Hilliard. Kennedy off his left hip, Morrison off his right hip. Tylon Cousin wide to the right, singled up. Scullin slot left inside of Neville. Play clock down to 10, just underway here at Wilmington. Hilliard awaiting the snap, sends Morrison in motion. Fake handoff by Hilliard. He'll go over left guard. Hilliard stacked up at about the 9 and then pushed back by the interior of the Wilmington defense. We see the middle linebacker, Maverick Whiting, in there along with Serafino. Short gain for Hilliard on his first carry of the night.
Yeah, Maverick Whiting he is a heck of a football player. Certainly a name that we've gotten familiar with from these Wilmington teams, but he is he can really move. He can tackle.
Great linebacker name too, Maverick.
No doubt.
2nd and 7 at the 9, and a backwards pass to Morrison, left flat, letting him get upfield, gets hauled down. Buddha Book hits him. Serafino comes in to clean up. It'll be a loss of about 5, nearly 6. Morrison tracked that out in space. Buddha Book making a big hit.
Yeah, another safe pass like you mentioned before, but that time Buddha Book right there, nowhere for the young back of Hickory to go, and Buddha Book making kind of the first big play of the night for this Wilmington defense.
Loss of 5 and what will go down as a run. 3rd and 12 at the 14-yard line. Neville wide left on the short side of the field. 9:10 to go first quarter. This is the opening drive of the game. It started at the Wilmington 40 after Will Ackery's 49-yard kick return. Hilliard back to pass. Deep drop, setting up a screen, and it's caught underneath by Morrison at the 15. Morrison to the 10. Morrison to the 5. Splits 2 defenders, and he'll be brought down inside the 5 by Book at about the 2-yard line. Very close to the first down marker, and in fact, he will have enough for the first down. Needed 12, got 12.
Yeah, he did. I could tell right at the stretch at the end that kind of got past the line to gain. So another great little timing play by this Hickory offense, setting up that screen. And yeah, Parker Hilliard, you could tell his what Coach Dungy said about just how kind of well he knows this offense on full display here on this drive.
And for him, this is the opportunity he's waited for 4 years.
No question.
1st and goal at the 2. And now Telez comes in at quarterback, and the give is the second man through into the stack I. It's Sean Kennedy. He slams in for the touchdown. Hilliard lined up as an up back in the stack I, and Sean Kennedy will bull into the end zone from 2 yards out, his 2nd touchdown of the season, and an impressive opening drive for the Hickory Hornets.
Yeah, no question about it. Obviously, the setup by the big kick return, but then this offense came out there and a couple of safe pass plays out into the flat, the big screen play to get the first down. And Hickory Hornets strike first with 8:30 to go here in this first quarter.
Lucas Jones will kick the goalpost to our left. Timmy Krivosh will hold. Jones 12 of 12 on conversions this year. Snap is good. Hold down. Kick from Jones on the way. It is good. He makes it 7-0 Hickory. 6 plays, 40 yards on the drive. It used 3.5 minutes. 7-0 Hickory with the lead. Back with the kickoff on 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet. SportsNet.
This is XYZ Insurance. How can I help?
I have a question about my home policy.
Okay, question about phone policy.
Home policy.
Okay, gnome policy.
HOME, home!
Technology is great, but sometimes it's better to talk with a real person. With Erie Insurance, you have a caring, independent agent who's with you from beginning to end.
We don't have any HOMEs on record.
Call Reinhardt's Insurance, 724-342-2291. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Did you know that Mancino's Driving School can give you your driver's test? That's right. Mancino's Driving School provides an approved Pennsylvania Department of Education certified driving course as well as behind-the-wheel training. Mancino's Driving School offers one-on-one, on-the-road driving lessons 7 days a week with day and evening hours. They use only certified driving instructors that have undergone extensive background investigation. For details or more information on adult training, go online to mancinosdrivingschool.com.
The first quarter is brought to you by the Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Banking, but better.
Back here at Wilmington High School, Ryan Briggs, Chris Birch with you. 8:30 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Hickory with the lead. And Lucas Jones about to kick off for Hickory. Has it teed up at the 40. Book and Ben Miller deep. Kick is a line drive, and it goes into the end zone. That is an automatic touchback in high school, and Wilmington will start this drive at its own 20-yard line. We get our first look at the Wilmington offense with first-time starting quarterback Ashton Reeder. And be curious to see how conservative Wilmington is on offense, Chris.
My guess is we kind of won't see them be real conservative as far as what they do. I think, they have a lot of confidence in their entire backfield. So Ashton Reeder comes in as the new starting quarterback, but that entire backfield of Book, Mitchell-Tree. Obviously, Ben Miller with Reeder. I think we're just going to kind of see the regular Wilmington offense here.
Double wing set. Mitchell-Tree, the fullback, in a three-point stance. Ball in the middle of the field. Now Reeder looks to the sideline. Book in motion from wing left. He'll get the toss. Toss power. And Book will surge forward for about 4 into the middle of the defense. Ja'Kai King, their outside linebacker, coming in to make the tackle. Going to pick up a 4 yards on 1st and 10.
Yeah, you mentioned in the pregame, Briggsy, about the the battle up front, the offensive lines versus the defensive lines, and nice little push that time. I just kind of kept my eye right on the line of scrimmage. Nice little push by the Wilmington O-line to pick up that 4-yard gain.
Hickory yielded 280 rushing yards last week to Sharon, and a lot of that came when Sharon went into that split back toss power.
Right.
Wilmington running it out of a double wing, but same concept. And 4 yards on 1st down. Hounds break the huddle. Sehetner goes wide left. Jamie Miller tight to the right. Ben Miller wing right. He goes in motion. Hand off to Miller. Off tackle to the left side. Hit by Kennedy. Miller drags him forward for about a yard. It will be 3rd down and a long 4 upcoming. Sean Kennedy, 99 tackles as a sophomore 2 years ago. Leading tackler again this year for Hickory. And he makes a nice stop on 2nd and 6.
Yeah, he's a great running back. He's probably an even better, defensive player, and we saw it there. Coach Fillion had a lot of high praise for Hickory's scheme against their offense. He kind of called it a loose-fitting 5-3-3 kind of a thing, and with an umbrella back there. And he says it's kind of tough to scheme against offensively, and so we'll see here how that plays out.
See if they may use some unbalanced line.
Yeah,
maybe as the night goes on. Split backs behind Reeder on 3rd and 4. Turn, hand off to Book off the right side. Book finds a crease. He is hit and driven back. Timmy Krivosh, the safety, coming downhill, hits him, and then Book gives Krivosh a 2-hand shove at the end of the play. The line judge on the near side elected not to throw a flag. I think he certainly would have been within his rights to throw a flag there, but it's going to be 4th down.
I think maybe, if there's one thing perhaps the line judge saw, he just kind of, Book's got to have room to stand up, and I think he was kind of maybe thought, well, the defensive player was lording over him a little bit, so the guy's got a right to stand up, so I'm not going to call that one.
And Reeder will do the punting. Snap a little bit high. Kick is away, nearly blocked. End over end hits the 45 of Hickory and rolls downfield, and it is down at the 40-yard line. As the return man, Krivosh, back there, let it go. Punt goes 32 yards. Hickory will be set up in good field position again, leading 7-0, 6:11 to go first quarter.
That was some voodoo there because Parker Hilliard looked like he was completely in position to block that punt, and somehow it looked like the ball went right through him and was not blocked. So perhaps a break for Wilmington there.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Hickory scored on its first drive. That drive started at the Wilmington 40. This one's starting at the Hickory 40. Neville goes wide left, Scullin slot left. Backs on either side of the quarterback. And it is Xander Tellez now at quarterback. No, it's Hilliard, excuse me. The turn and the give is to Kennedy off the right side. Kennedy gets back to the line of scrimmage. Ball may have come out, but it will stay Hickory ball as Kennedy comes up with it. No gain on the play, bringing up 2nd down.
Yeah, I think ball just kind of came loose, but it bounced straight back up into Kennedy's midsection there. So,
and
not much excitement.
Actually, with progress, he'll be given a gain of a yard, but it's 2nd and about 9.5 upcoming for Hickory as Morrison checks back into the lineup. He'll be in the backfield to the right of Hilliard. Kennedy to his left. Scullin slot left inside of Neville. 2nd and a long 9 at the Hickory 41. Hilliard gives to Morrison, cuts back into the teeth of the defense, runs right into Maverick Whiting and is driven back. No gain on the play. Also in there, Will Bruckner, the 250-pound senior defensive tackle. Morrison stuffed. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, great, just a great surge there by the Wilmington defensive line. Blue shirts everywhere. As soon as Morrison touched the football, he was already kind of swarmed under by all those blue shirts.
3rd and 9 at the 41-yard line. Under 5 minutes to go first quarter. Hilliard in the shotgun. 4 receivers set for the first time tonight. Cousin wide right. Ackery slot right. Scullin inside of Neville here on the near side. Hilliard, quick screen right side. Caught by Cousin at the 40. Upfield to the 50. Has the first down and more into the secondary. Cousin to the 30. To the 25. Breaks a tackle. Finally brought down near the 10-yard line by Buddha Book. A touchdown-saving tackle. A gain of close to 50 for Hickory on 3rd and 9.
Yeah, that was just basically all Cousin, right? He kind of caught that pass, just sprinted by the first wave of tacklers, broke another tackle. Finally, Buddha Book kind of slowed him up enough that some other guys could come and bring him down. But, yeah, that was a nice play. It was just great kind of execution, precision execution here for this Hickory offense on their 2 possessions so far.
Gain of 48 yards, 1st and 10 at the 11. 2 receivers left for Hilliard. And the give is going to be Ackery on a stretch play to the left side. He has a crease. Ackery to the 5, and he takes it in. Is he in? Well, we're not sure. There's a flag thrown by the line judge on the near side, Scott Clary. He will come in and tell referee George Snyder as to what the infraction is. And if it's on Hickory, it's going to wipe out what appears to be an 11-yard touchdown run.
The way everybody's acting is, no dejection on the Wilmington side, no celebration on the Hickory side. So I think not only do they know it was on them, they probably also know it was pretty obvious.
And it will be enforced from the point of infraction, which is the 6. Okay. So it is holding. Ackery will be credited with a 5-yard run, but the first flag of the night on Hickory makes it 1st down and 15 back at the 16-yard line.
Yeah, kind of right where Ackery was able to kind of turn the corner and get up the field. Must have been some kind of a holding infraction right there.
1st and 15 now at the 16-yard line on the near left hash. Clock stopped with 4:09 to go in the first quarter. Kennedy now lines up as a wing to the left, and Hickory will be forced to use the first of its 3 allotted timeouts. Timeout on the field, 4:09 to go, first quarter. Hickory on top, 7-0. Hornets threaten. We'll be back with more after this on 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet.
If you're thinking about a move to a senior living community where you can receive help with daily living, consider the Heritage or the Ridgewood at St. Paul's in Greenville, Pennsylvania. The Heritage and the Ridgewood are personal care residences offering private apartments with as much assistance as you need. Plus, services like meals, housekeeping, transportation, and social and spiritual programs. Call today for more information. 724-588-7610. St. Paul's provides equal housing opportunities.
The second quarter is brought to you by Cash Dollar and Associates, where they have the client and only the client. The first quarter is brought to you by the Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Banking, but better.
We are indeed in the first quarter. 4:09 to go in this opening period. Hickory has 1st down and 15 at the Wilmington 16-yard line. Moving from right to left. Ackery motions out of the backfield into the right flat. Hilliard back to pass, throws it downfield, caught by Cousin at the 8. Tylon Cousin takes it in, touchdown Hickory. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns for Hickory, while being piloted by the backup quarterback, Parker Hilliard.
Yeah, Parker Hilliard is he's just been surgical in his execution from that quarterback position. He's not trying to do anything that he can't do. All of his passes have been kind of right on target, not asking him to do a whole lot. That time, a beautiful pass across the middle, just waltzed in for the touchdown.
That drive, 5 plays, 60 yards, uses 2:07. Lucas Jones to attempt the conversion. Timmy Krivosh to hold. Snap a little high. Krivosh gets it down. Kick on the way. It's up. It is good. He's 2 for 2. The Hornets are 2 for 2. 14-0. Hickory with the lead. 4 minutes, 4 seconds to go first quarter. Back with the kickoff on News Talk 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet.
Mancino's Driving School can give you your driver's test? That's right. Mancino's Driving School provides an approved Pennsylvania Department of Education certified driving course as well as behind-the-wheel training. Mancino's Driving School offers one-on-one, on-the-road driving lessons 7 days a week with day and evening hours. They use only certified driving instructors that have undergone extensive background investigation. For details or more information on adult training, go online to mancinosdrivingschool.com.
In 1960, 1973, something wonderful happened in Sharpsville. That's when Lock, Stock, and Barrel opened their doors and served their first of now over 3 million giant submarine sandwiches. They still serve 42 whole subs on 15-inch buns. Lock, Stock, and Barrel also offers burgers, specialty sandwiches, wraps, gyros, salads, wings, and even breakfast. Call 724-962-5503. Lock, Stock, and Barrel, proud sponsors of the Sub of the Game and Play of the Game.
The first quarter is brought to you by the Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Banking, but better.
Hickory on top, 14-0. 4:04 to go first quarter. Ryan Briggs, Chris Birch with you. Aaron Byro producing our game. Hello to everybody watching via the Lawrence County SportsNet. James Dotson and his crew teaming up with us tonight here at Wilmington. And it's been about as good of a start as you could ask for the Hickory Hornets.
Yeah.
It's Lucas Jones to kick off. Miller and Book deep for the Greyhounds. Kick sent downfield, and it's going to hit and go out of bounds just shy of the pylon. And out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. So Wilmington will either ask for a re-kick or take it at the 35, and looks like the offense will come out at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, I always think that's the better move. You know, it's half the time or more, it seems like when the team opts to go with the re-kick, they end up in worse shape than the 35, and sometimes it's even a disaster. So good move there by Coach Fillion and company. They have to get something going here offensively, Ryan, obviously this Hickory offense shut out last week against Sharon has, just been about as good as it can be. And so Wilmington, they've been in this position before, down 3 scores to Sharpsville, came back roaring back and took the lead. But certainly just from a confidence standpoint, they have to, get some first downs and get something going here.
Hounds will have the ball in the near right hash mark. First down and 10 at the 35. Ben Miller, wing right. Book, wing left next to the tight end, Jamie Miller. Chase Mitchelltree, the freshman fullback, is behind Ashton Reeder. Miller in motion, right to left, hand off Ben Miller, jet sweeper on the left side. Looking to get outside. Cousin will haul him down at about the 39, maybe the 40, but a nice pickup on the jet sweep.
Yeah, good, just a good old-fashioned Wilmington jet sweep. Miller able to turn the corner. Pretty good tackle out there by Tylon Cousin, but still not before Miller was able to pick up, 4 or 5 yards, yeah.
Give him 4, 2nd and 6. Wilmington picked up 4 on its first play of the game, but then did very little on the next 2 plays. Part of that first drive, 3 and out. Greyhounds will look to change that here as we're down to 3.5 minutes to go first quarter. Zahetner goes wide left. Book is a wing to the left. Split backs. Now Book will motion left to right. Turn, quick pitch to Miller, trying to get around the right side. Student body right. Cuts upfield, gets a block from Book. Miller lowers the shoulder. He's into Hickory territory. Knocked out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. Krivosh, along with Myers, over to make the tackle. But Ben Miller picks up 13, and Wilmington has its initial first down of the night.
Yeah, really good blocking out there for Wilmington. Buddha Book with a kind of a killer block out there to really spring him. And Miller doing the rest. And that is certainly a play that Wilmington has a lot of confidence in, and I think that does. I think that puts Hickory in a tough position out on the edge against Ben Miller, who, like you pointed out, is a fullback who runs like a halfback.
You start worrying about the outside, then they can hit you with the buck trap or the off-tackle play to the fullback.
Yep. Yes.
First and 10 at the 48. Miller in motion left to right, and there's the give to Chase Mitchelltree on a trap up the middle. Inside the 45, down to the 40-yard line. Mitchelltree, the freshman, he'll pick up 9 on the quick opener up the gut.
Yeah, I love that play. Right, just having the Hickory defense a little bit off balance, like you said, after the play to the outside to Miller, hit the quick hitter up the middle, and Mitchelltree, the freshman, showing the quick feet and the patience as a runner there, picking up nice big chunky yardage for the Hounds on that first down play.
Close to 10, and are they going to bring out the chains? No, George Snyder says first down, so pickup of 10 for Mitchelltree. Of course, his dad was a pretty fair player. TD Mitchelltree, tight end on those great teams in the mid-90s. Yeah. Granddad Bob Mitchelltree, coaching legend. Had a chance to talk to Coach Mitch before the game. Always great to see him. And I know he's very proud of Chase. And get 10 yards of pop, you make a lot of people proud.
Yeah, he told me, you tell Mr. Briggs, game ready. I said, okay, I will. I don't know what that means, but there you go.
Mitchelltree, he's not quite 100%. He had a hamstring issue over the summer that's close to 100%, but Let's imagine what he's like when he's 100%. Gives him Miller on a jet sweep. He'll cut over left guard, cuts back to his right. Miller to the 30. Miller bulling downfield, breaks a tackle. Ben Miller to the 15, to the 10, dragging him in, finally hauled down. A touchdown-saving tackle downfield by Jaden Phillips, the cornerback. Ben Miller charging downfield inside the 10 to the 7, a pickup of 31, and here come the Greyhounds.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And Ben Miller leading the charge. That time just kind of busting out of there, breaking a bunch of tackles. And, touchdown-saving tackle at the end there by the Hornet defense. But this Wilmington offense has certainly got something going here.
First and goal at the 7. Wilmington, for the first time tonight, is into the McCandless Ford red zone. McCandless Ford, Mercer, and Meadville. Play clock down to 9 as the Hounds break the huddle. Ashton Reeder under center. Double wing set, Miller in motion. Handoff on a counter, comes back to Book over the right side. Book inside the 5. Kennedy gets a hold of him. Book surging. Buddha Book will be brought down at about the 1-yard line. The wingback counter, a staple of the wing T offense, and Buddha Book picks up 6 at 2nd and goal.
Yeah, I love both. I love how both Miller and Book, they find the lanes once the first lane, once they've gotten through the first lane. And that's that blocking scheme. That's that old traditional wing T offense at Wilmington, and both of those backs know what they're doing in it.
Slightly different than the Delaware wing T that you see Mercer run. Of course, made famous by Tubby Raymond at the University of Delaware many years ago, but a lot of similar concepts. 2nd and goal now from about a little over a yard out. Reeder keeps it on a sneak. Pyle pushes forward. Ashton Reeder, is he in? He's in. Touchdown, Wilmington. The Wilmington Greyhounds go 65 yards in 6 plays. They're on the board.
Yeah, what a big answer by the Wilmington offense. As and again, we talked about how this offense for Wilmington, everybody gets their hand on the football, and you think about it, Mitchelltree with the big run, Miller with a couple of big runs, Buddha Book with a big couple of plays, and then Ashton Reeder with the exclamation point getting in there for the touchdown. Everyone in that backfield having a part in that.
James Winters to attempt the extra point. Book's hold is good, Winters' kick is good, and the lead is cut in half. 36 seconds to go, first quarter. Wilmington on the board. It's Hickory 14, the Greyhounds 7. We'll come back with a kickoff after this on News Talk 790 WPIC and the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Thanks for coming in. How can we help you?
I'm just having a hard time. I don't know what you can do. No one understands.
Just coming here was a great step. Now that you're here, let's figure out what your next step will be. We'll work on it together.
Community Counseling Center of Mercer County offers care for adults, children, and families. Our mission is to help individuals and families live healthy and fulfilling lives. Community Counseling Center of Mercer County, 724-981-7141 or cccmer.org.
The drug landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. A synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, smell it, or taste it. Know the dangers.
Contact Mercer County Behavioral Health, Inc. in Mercer, PA at 724-662-2230 or visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose. Brought to you by the Hermitage PA Rotary Club and the Mercer County Opioid Settlement Fund.
The first quarter is brought to you by the Grove City Area Federal Credit Union. Banking, but better.
James Winters will kick off for the Wilmington Greyhounds. They're on the board. 6-play, 65-yard drive that used 3:28. Ashton Reeder, 1-yard touchdown run on a sneak. Winters to kick off. Ackery, who returned the opening kick of the game 49 yards into Wilmington territory, is deep, along with the speedy freshman, Kelvin Morrison. Winters kick downfield, and Ackery will watch it bounce. It checks up. Ackery fields it on the hop at the 6-yard line. Giving ground to the 15, and he's going to head upfield and get close to the 20 and be hauled down there by Carter Horkovy on the kick unit. And Ackery ran a long way, but more east-west than north-south, and Hickory will be marooned back at its own 20-yard line.
Yeah, this Wilmington team certainly energized by the touchdown drive, right back in the game after going down 14-0, cutting it to 14-7. Good coverage there, best coverage of the day so far for them, and let's see what Hickory does certainly here for their third possession. First two, can't do much better than what they did.
Hornets going right to left for the final half minute of the first quarter. And it's going to be Xander Tellez at quarterback. We saw him at quarterback for one play on the first drive. the Kennedy touchdown. Parker Hilliard, 5 of 5 passing, 99 yards. Man in motion, it's a shovel forward. It's going to be Luke Neville around the left side. Neville is cut down by Buda Book at the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So Telez, and much like we saw with Hilliard, a safe pass to begin the game.
Yeah, that kind of coming from that Z receiver position, they call it. A little bit of a split end there. Going with that, kind of a safe play there, and a nice little pickup for the Hornets.
That'll be the end of the first quarter. Fun first quarter here in New Wilmington. Hickory on top, 14-7. Chris and I will have the second quarter after this on News Talk 790, WPIC, and Lawrence County SportsNet.
Well, I know I pay each month, and I'm covered.
Okay, are you sure you have the best rates? Do you have the right coverage for your needs? Are you paying for things you don't need?
Well, I haven't actually talked to my agent. I just assumed...
Talk to a real person. Talk to someone local and see the difference.
Mailer Insurance is local. Mailer Insurance lives where you do. And we'll give you the coverage you need and nothing you don't at a fair price. And they are always here to talk. Mailer Insurance in Sharpsville or at mailerinsurance.com, a Reinhardt's Agency Incorporated affiliate.
The drug landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. A synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, smell it, or taste it. Know the dangers.
Contact Mercer County Behavioral Health, Inc. in Mercer, PA at 724-662-2230 or visit cdc.gov/stop overdose. Brought to you by the Hermitage PA Rotary Club and the Mercer County Opioid Settlement Fund.
The second quarter is brought to you by Cash Dollar and Associates, where they have the client and only the client in mind.
Teams change ends. Hickory will now go left to right. Leading 14-7, Hornets have 2nd and 4 from their own 26. Hickory white tops, red numbers outlined in black, black pants with a red stripe, white helmets for the Hornets. Wilmington at home, navy jerseys outlined, or white numbers outlined in gold, white pants, navy helmets. And flag thrown by the referee George Snyder behind the play before it can develop. And will be a false start against Hickory. Second flag of the night on the Hornets. The officiating crew tonight, George Snyder is the referee, Nate Zampogna, the umpire, Larry Hawthorne is the head linesman, Scott Clary, the line judge, Andy Payne is the back judge. And the false start pushes the Hornets back to their own 21-yard line, bringing up 2nd down and 9 at the 21, and they're going to put a second back up on the clock. Chris is working on some score updates. He'll have those for us after this play. A teaser for the Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update.
All right.
2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line. Neville motions from right to left. Fake the handoff to him, and the give is to the second man through Morrison on a delay. Morrison stumbles, keeps his feet. Morrison to the 35, Morrison to the 40, and he's going to be spun down across the 45 to the 47-yard line. 26 yards for Kelvin Morrison. We've heard a lot about him.
Yeah.
You can see why the Hornets are very, very excited about him.
There's no question about it. He's got that kind of shakeability. He can just shake you, kind of leave you standing there while he's a blur heading the other direction. And that's kind of what he looked like right there. So, yeah, very exciting, very athletic freshman.
Picks up 26, the 6th first down of the night for Hickory. Hornets have 137 yards so far tonight. Wilmington with 73. Krivos checks into the game. He is the receiver to the right. He's the slot, but he's on the line of scrimmage. Neville is flanked outside of him. Telez will give it to the second man through Morrison. He is hit and drilled in the backfield. Maverick Whiting finished him off, and Will Bruckner had him by the legs and teed him up.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Morrison that time looking for the peace frog as Whiting finished him off.
Very nice Doors reference. We are living in strange days.
Yes.
Just don't come up with a touch me reference.
He got more than touch that time.
Yes, he did. 2nd and 12 at the 45-yard line. Two receivers to the right. Telez fields a low snap. Telez looking, throwing it downfield, and incomplete. Through the hands of Cousin, off the face mask of the cornerback, Zahetner. It'll be 3rd and 12 after that second down incompletion.
Whew, I thought Zahetner was going to get that after it went through the receiver's hands, and you could hear the Wilmington coaching staff in the booth over. They thought they were going to get that too. So, yeah, this Wilmington defense playing a lot better here all of a sudden after those first 2 scoring drives by the Hornets.
3rd and 12. Hickory 2 of 2 on 3rd down tonight. Scullin slot left inside of Cousin. They're on the short side of the field. Krivosh and Neville to the right. Ackery is the back. He shifts to the left of Xander Telez. 4-man front. Here comes a 5th rusher. Screen to Cousin left side. Cousin along the sideline to midfield and then is pushed back. He gets a few and will be 4th down right near midfield for the Hickory Hornets. In fact, they're going to mark him back at the 47. So perhaps he lost the ball and went out of bounds. It was on the far side, and Hickory will have to punt away the football.
Yeah, and you can see this the first 2 possessions by the Hornets, the 2 scoring drives, they just kind of nice, precise down the field, great play calling. Hickory or Wilmington, missed some tackles. They have gotten things straightened out on defenses. The past 2 possessions, the Wilmington defense has looked very much like the Hounds hammer of old.
Lucas Jones to punt. Miller and Book deep. No rush, kick us away. It's a spinner. It hits at the 20, rolls to the 15, and then goes out of bounds near the 10-yard line. A 43-yard punt, no return. Wilmington will be pinned back at its own 10-yard line. And, Chris, we saw on that Hickory drive, and now where this Wilmington drive will start, it's maybe not the most exciting topic, but field position is important.
Field position is really important. Again, 2 teams that are trying to kind of establish, some dominance as far as the line of scrimmage, establish some dominance with time of possession. And what field position does is it limits your playbook. It limits your play calling. And, certainly we've seen that with Hickory being in a couple of tough spots. Now Wilmington in it. Let's see what Coach Fillion and company do here.
There's a flag on the far side also well away from the play. The officials have gathered. Everybody's just kind of standing around wondering what is going on, including us, and George Snyder's about to tell us. So the field position may be even worse. Personal foul, a peel back on Wilmington. So that'll be marked off half the distance to the goal. So bad field position becomes really bad field position. Yeah. Wilmington will now start at its own 5-yard line.
Yeah, obviously. I'm saying this with some tongue in cheek, but whoever did the peel back block there, it didn't work very well because that way they didn't spring him. At least if you get a peel back block, it's supposed to spring the running back or the returner, and it didn't there. So double whammy for Wilmington.
The ball will be put down at the 5-yard line. It will be 1st down and 10 from the 5. Ashton Reeder under center. Brings Ben Miller in motion. Jet sweep to the left side, and Miller gets nothing. In fact, may even lose a half a yard on the play. As Parker Hilliard there to stack him up. It will be a loss of a yard. Back to the 4-yard line. Wilmington now 2nd and 11, back at the 4.
Yeah, we heard Coach Dungy talk about it in the pregame. You cannot tackle Ben Miller one-on-one. You need multiple defenders there to bring him back. He's got to love that, as it just looked like just the way they practiced it all week, right? 4 white shirts out there to bring Miller down after a very minimal gain.
2nd and 11. 14-7. Hickory leads here in the second quarter, 9:48 to go in the first half. Hounds come out with 2 backs behind Reeder. Miller and Mitchell-Tree turn, toss, and flag thrown before the play begins. And will the Hounds be pushed back further? Starting to get to the point where they can't go much further back.
I know, right, yeah.
The ball, no, they're going to get a free 5. Hickory lined up in the neutral zone, so
all right. There's
a break for the Greyhounds. Of course, in high school football, if you go into the neutral zone or line up in the neutral zone, it's a dead ball. And we pick up new listeners every week, or tonight, new viewers on the Lawrence County SportsNet. And at the pros or college, you can get back or whatever, but not in high school. So a free 5 yards. 5 yards probably feels like 50 right now for Wilmington.
Right. What do they call that in the pros and college? You'll hear the announcers call it a free play. There's no free play in high school. It's a dead ball. 2nd and 6 now out at the 9-yard line. Book in motion, and the snap is fumbled. But looks like Wilmington has recovered it. It was a Mitchell-Tree who came up with it out to the 10-yard line. Near disaster there for Wilmington. Will be 3rd and 5 for the Hounds, who are 0 for 1 tonight on 3rd down. Yeah, boy, I tell you, after all of the disaster here, a couple of penalties, a near fumble, for them to maybe pick up a 1st down here would be a huge kind of moral victory or a rejuvenator for the spirits here. So if you're Hickory, you really want to pin your ears back here and make a play and force a punt deep in Wilmington's end.
Third, and call it a long 4 from just past the 10-yard line. Double wing set, Miller in motion from right to left. And now Wilmington will have to take one of its timeouts. Hounds were a little bit slow getting out of the huddle, and they will take a timeout. 8 minutes, 29 seconds to go in the second quarter. It's Hickory 14, Wilmington 7. Back after this timeout on News Talk 790 WPIC and the Lawrence County SportsNet.
In 1973, something wonderful happened in Sharpsville. That's when Lock, Stock, and Barrel opened their doors and served their first of now over 3 million giant submarine sandwiches. They still serve 42 whole subs on 15-inch buns. Lock, Stock, and Barrel also offers burgers, specialty sandwiches, wraps, gyros, salads, wings, and even breakfast. Call 724-962-5503. Lock, Stock, and Barrel, proud sponsors of the Sub of the Game and Play of the Game.
The second quarter is brought to you by Cash Dollar and Associates, where they have the client and only the client in mind.
Timeout taken by Wilmington, each team with 2 timeouts remaining in the first half. Ryan Briggs, Chris Birch with you. Chris, we have a moment for a couple of updates.
Yeah, the end of the first quarter in the game over on Sports Radio 96.7, Grove City and Sharon 0-0. Grove City, a big opportunity here as Sharon had a 4-yard punt on the possession that just ended. Farrell up 16-6 on Greenville.
Here it's 14-7 Hickory. Wilmington third and a short 5. Handoff comes to Miller on a counter over the left side. Miller dragging a man. Had to get to the 15. He did not get there. Only to the 14-yard line. We see Krivosh, the safety, down in run support. Pickup of 4. It is 4th and a full yard for Wilmington from its own 14 with 8:09 to go in the first half. Hounds at least appear to have the offense out there, although Reeder also is the punter.
Right.
He's the punter for tonight with Mickelin still sidelined.
Yeah, here's maybe, if we do see them go for it. We talk about the size and experience of the offensive line here, a little confidence there.
And Wilmington content to let the play clock run down, and the Hounds now will take their second timeout of the first half. 7:42 to go in the half. We'll keep it right here. Okay. Chris, you have a few other updates for us.
Yeah, I do. Mercer off to a great start against Sagertown. They lead Sagertown 28-0. Cambridge Springs just scored a touchdown to go up 12-7 on Reynolds. That's a big-time 1A game there, Briggsy.
Certainly is.
Yeah, Lakeview up 20-0 on Maplewood in another Region 1 1A game. Eisenhower, a really good 1A team over the past several years. They're up 14-0 on Seneca. Union City up 7-0 on Iroquois. Like I said, Sharon and Grove City tied at 0 at the end of 1. Greenville hanging in there against Farrell, 16-6, the Steelers lead. Sharpsville up 9-0 on Slippery Rock. That game's being played at West Middlesex. Harbor Creek up 14-6 on Corey. Cathedral Prep up 7-6 on Buffalo St. Francis. And this is an update from a while ago. McDowell scored on their first possession of the game to go up 7-0 on Erie.
All righty. And here it's 14-7 Hickory. Chris will have a full halftime update coming up, of course, at halftime. The Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update. We'll also have a first half recap, scoring, stats, and more. 4th down and 1 for Wilmington, and the Hounds will line up to punt. Reeder, the punter, will stand back on his goal line. Krivosh will be the single man deep for Hickory. Hornets appear to have their punt safe defense out there. Snap is a rainbow. Kick is away. Low spinner. Hits at the 35 and will take a sideways roll, then be downed in Hickory territory, in Wilmington territory at the 38-yard line. 24-yard punt, no return. 7:34 to go in the half. Hickory setting up shop for the second time tonight in Wilmington territory, leading 14-7.
Yeah, so let's see what good field position here for the Hornets, obviously, as, Wilmington could not get out of the shadow of their end zone. They needed to pick up that first down, did not. So here come the Hornets in a really good field position. Let's see what they do. It seems like forever ago since they scored, but they do have the lead here, 14-7, so kind of urgent that Wilmington defense step up here and make a stop for them.
And not too far from Lucas Jones' field goal range even. He has a career long of 41 and figure another 10, 12 yards. If the drive stalls out, they would take a shot. The Hornets thinking more than that, though. And now flag thrown by the back judge. Hickory took too much time coming out of the change of possession. So the Hornets will be set back 5 yards.
That's got to make the Hickory coaching staff crazy. They get great field position, and now they're pushed back 5, and all of a sudden it doesn't feel like such good field position.
1st and 15. Tellez brings Ackery in motion right to left. Shovel pass forward to Will Ackery. Around the left side, breaks one tackle, finds a crease. Ackery to the 35, outside the numbers, the 30 to the 25. Ackery to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Hickory Hornets. 43 yards. Wilmington had a shot at him. They didn't get him down, and Will Ackery makes the Hounds pay.
Wow. Ackery has some jets, doesn't he? He bounced out there, and then it looked like, okay, it's going to be a nice gain for Hickory, but, Wilmington's going to be able to hem him in eventually, and he just went to a different gear getting down that sideline and sniffed out the end zone, outran everybody. And what can you say? Hickory's offense answering in a big way to being shut out last week.
20-7, PAT pending from Lucas Jones, who has not missed this season. Krivosh will hold, kicking to the goalpost, off to the right, the east end here at Wilmington. Snap is good, hold down, kick on the way, it is up. It's good. Jones 3 for 3, and Hickory reclaims a 14-point lead. 21-7 Hickory, 7:22 to go first half. Back with the kickoff on News Talk 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet.
Home Improvement Hotline, how can I help?
Hi, we're thinking of remodeling our kitchen.
Make your dream kitchen?
Yeah.
Yourself?
Yes?
Oh, boy.
Why?
Oh, the headaches from flooring in tight corners to why doesn't the countertop fit? The cabinets are wrong, pulls don't match. Do we repaint or refloor? You have to rewire the outlets. Suddenly it's 6 months and you still have no kitchen?
We don't want that.
Oh, then here's who to call.
Warner's Homes and Improvements. For a headache-free dream kitchen or bath, tell us your dreams. We'll make it happen. Since 1958, Warner Homes and Improvements. Quality you can trust at warnerconstruction.com.
When you're a grower, you know what it takes to thrive in the field. My bank understands and respects that. When you've got a financial partner working alongside you, it makes the days a little easier and the numbers all add up. My bank has experience when it comes to agriculture. My family's been doing business with them for a long time. I'm independent, and so is my bank.
Mercer County State Bank. Member FDIC. Your community bank. Online at mcsbank.bank.
The second quarter is brought to you by Cash Dollar and Associates, where they have the client and only the client in mind.
Hickory to kick off after the touchdown pass from Tellez to Ackery, and now Lucas Jones has it teed up at the 40 on the far left hash mark. 21-7, Hickory with the lead. Book and Ben Miller deep, kick angled towards the far side. Miller fields it on the run-up at the 9-yard line. Miller along the far hash mark to the 30. Miller into the open, cuts back to his left. Miller jukes the man. He's at midfield into Hickory territory. Ben Miller brought down at the 46-yard line of Hickory. A 45-yard run back for Ben Miller.
Yeah, how about that? As, once again, Wilmington finds themselves down 2 scores. And who else but Ben Miller kind of saying, all right, get on my back here. We're going to get this thing going again with a big-time return. And I'm sure he's going to have his hands on the football several times on this possession.
Miller came in 723 all-purpose yards on the season. Tonight, 53 rushing yards. And now in the return game, he's accumulated 46, so 99 more in the all-purpose category. And Wilmington, great field position just past midfield. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. And the give-off left guard is the Chase Mitchell-Tree, the fullback. Mitchell-Tree will get 5 to the 41, bringing up 2nd down and 5. Spencer Lee, the defensive end on the near side with the tackle.
Yeah. Once again, though, pretty well defended there by Hickory, but the Wilmington offensive line just, kind of snow plowing down the field to turn that into a 5-yard gain.
2nd and 5 at the 41. Wilmington moving right to left. Zahetner deploys wide left. Book is a wing to the left. Split backs, Ben Miller and the fullback Mitchell-Tree. Book in motion left to right. Turn, and it's a counter. Back to Miller. Ben Miller off left guard. He is hit and driven back close to the lead marker. Gang tackle down. Keenan Scullen in defensively. Kennedy there also, along with the inside linebacker Myers. Gain of 4 for Ben Miller on the counter trap. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Yeah. Yeah, again, Hickory has done it. Miller obviously has had his moments here, but I think, when it's all said and done, Hickory very pleased right now with the way that they are defending Miller and getting to him with multiple tacklers.
3rd and a yard upcoming for Wilmington. Hounds 0 for 2 on 3rd down tonight. 5:50 to go in the first half. 21-7, Hickory the lead. Wilmington still in the huddle with 13 on the play clock. Hounds 1 timeout left, Hickory with 2. Zahetner goes wide right. Jamie Miller tight left, 4 on the play clock. Reeder keeps it on a sneak. Ashton Reeder will push forward and get the first down. He scored on the quarterback sneak to cap the touchdown drive, and on 3rd and short, he converts following center Carter Horkovy through the middle of the line.
I was just gonna give Horkovy his shout out there. Yeah, nice job, nice push. As all Reeder had to do was follow his center across the first down yard to gain.
Wilmington's 4th first down of the night. Hickory with 7 first downs. 1st down and 10 for Wilmington, just inside the near left hash mark. Coming up on the 5-minute mark of the first half. Zahetner wide right, Book wing left. Miller in motion from wing right. Turn, give off left tackle to Chase Mitchelltree. Mitchelltree keeps the legs churning inside the 30, down to the 28. Matthew Myers and Timmy Krivosh on the tackle, but a quick 6 for Chase Mitchelltree.
Yeah, I love that play. Again, so many things to worry about. Book and Ben Miller getting to the outside, and they just do that kind of quick hitter, quick snap call to Mitchelltree, and he's such a patient, quick runner.
Going on that tackle and tight end go down. Guard pulls around. You have the wings coming either way. There's so much to worry about. And here's Mitchelltree for 6.
Right. Yep.
2nd and 4th at 29. Hickory stacking the box defensively. Turn, give to Ben Miller. Miller is hit by Sean Kennedy and driven back. Loss of a yard on the play. Kennedy filled the gap there, and Miller pushed back for a loss of 1. It's 3rd and 5 now at the 30.
I hope somebody caught that picture, because right there, 2 of the certainly the better players in the region, if not the whole district, smashing head to head right there. That was a big time play by two great players.
3rd and 5 now for the Hounds. No doubt 4-down territory. Reeder gets the play call from the sideline. 10 on the play clock as the Hounds break the huddle. Jamie Miller tight to the right. Ben Miller's a wing next to him. Book wing left. 3rd and 5. Turn, give off right tackle for Mitchelltree. Mitchelltree picks his way upfield, and he's going to be stacked up short of the first down marker. He'll be marked down at the 27, bringing up 4th down and 2 for the Hounds with 3:26 to go here in the first half on a cloudless night here in New Wilmington. Temperature about 68 at kickoff. We'll be down in the low 60s by the time we finish up this one.
Yeah, there's again hoodies and that kind of stuff out here as night has fallen, but still a absolutely perfect late summer night for high school football.
4th and 2 for Wilmington at the Hickory 27. Ball in the middle of the field. Zahetner wide right, double wing set. Book in motion, toss to Book. Power off the right side. Book hit and did not get there.
Nope.
Needed the 25, and both officials come in and mark him down at the 26.5-yard line. The Hickory defense holds.
Yeah, great job by the Hickory defense. Looked like Matthew Myers, the linebacker, kind of clogging that play up and bringing some other white shirts into the action. So a big-time play by the Hickory defense.
It'll officially go as no gain for Book, and Hickory will take over at its own 27, 2:51 to go in the half. 2 timeouts for the Hornets, and with some of the weapons of this Hickory team, this if you're Wilmington, this is a big final 2:51 of the half.
Yeah, danger time right here. Obviously 21-7 with the way you've moved the ball. If you're Wilmington, is still manageable, but man, you get down 3 scores to this Hickory team, can't do it. So big time moment. Hickory looking to put the dagger in. Wilmington needing a stop.
And Hickory will be forced to take a timeout, however. So that'll leave the Hornets with 1 timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. 2 minutes, 51 seconds to go first half. Hickory on top, 21-7. Chris and I have more action after this on News Talk 790, WPIC, and Lawrence County SportsNet.
Hermitage. One Stop Mail is your go-to destination for all your mailing and shipping needs. From fast and efficient packing to reliable shipping services, One Stop Mail's got you covered. Plus, their printing and copying services will help you leave a lasting impression. Experience convenience and top-notch customer service all under one roof. Visit them today and simplify your mailing experience at One Stop Mail. One Stop Mail, 3170 East State Street in Hermitage, or follow them on Facebook.
The second quarter is brought to you by Cash Dollar and Associates, where they have the client and only the client in mind.
Hickory taking a timeout with 2:51 to go in the half prior to the start of this drive. 21-7 Hornets with the lead. The Hornets with the ball in the middle of the field. 3 receivers to the left. Neville wide right out of the numbers. And it's a quick screen and now a lateral back to Kelvin Morrison. Morrison to the 35 makes the man miss. He's at midfield. To the 35, to the 30, Kelvin Morrison on the quick hook and lateral out of the timeout will go 73 yards. And the Hickory Hornets strike quickly, 73 yards. The pitch, the catch, the toss, the touchdown.
Well, how about, of course, the story of the game last year was a couple of trick plays by Wilmington. And maybe the story of the game here right now is after being terrific on offense, Hickory with a big-time trick play, and then Morrison out in space. You're just not going to catch him when he's out there. Wow.
27-7. So Morrison will be credited with 73 receiving yards. No catch, but 73 yards.
How about that? Okay. That's why you're the professor.
Jones will attempt the extra point, kicking to the right. Krevosh fields the snap, puts it down. Kick is up, and it is good. 28-7. Hickory has scored twice here in the second quarter to take a 21-point lead. We'll take timeout, come back with a kickoff on Newstalk 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet.
Wouldn't you love to have this pharmacy experience? You pull up and park close to the door, walk a short distance to the counter, have the pharmacist greet you by name, wait just a short time for your prescription, receive time to discuss your questions with the pharmacist, and still pay the same copay as you would at a large chain store. This service is available at your fingertips at the Medicine Shop Pharmacy located at 1740 East State Street in Hermitage. Call us at 724-983-8451.
This is XYZ Insurance. How can I help?
I have a question about my home policy.
Okay, question about phone policy.
Home policy.
Okay, gnome policy.
HOME, home.
Technology is great, but sometimes it's better to talk with a real person. With Erie Insurance, you have a caring, independent agent who's with you from beginning to end.
We don't have any HOMEs on record.
Call Reinhardt's Insurance, 724-342-2291. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
The second quarter is brought to you by Cash Dollar and Associates, where they have the client and only the client in mind.
The Hickory Hornets striking quickly. The trick play coming out of the timeout. The screen to Will Ackery. The quick pitch. The line of scrimmage to Kelvin Morrison. And he goes 73 yards for the touchdown. 28-7. And certainly a candidate for our lock, stock, and barrel play of the game right there, Chris.
That's for sure. Yeah, that was just a heck of a play call coming out of the timeout. And, great job. And then just Morrison out in space. I mean, you're just not going to catch him.
Kickoff downfield from Jones, fielded at the 6-yard line by Budabuk for Wilmington into the middle of the field, and he'll be brought down by Keenan Scullin near the 25-yard line. That's where Wilmington will put it in play. Hounds still have a timeout. They have 2:32 with which to work, but feels like almost a must for Wilmington to get something on this drive.
Yeah, they sure. I mean, and again, you perish the thought here if you're Wilmington, but you go quick 3 and out here, you may run the risk of giving Hickory the football back before the end of the half.
1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Zahetner wide right, Reeder under center. Split backs behind him. Toss goes to Budabuk, trying to get around right end. Cuts up field, and Book will be cut off after a short gain across the 25. They may give him the 26. Pickup of 2, and will be second down. I'll call it 7 from the 27. good luck with the Wilmington lineup front with Luke Lewis at 325 and Joey Garment 355 in there at the front in that front three.
Wow. Yeah, how about that? Yeah, no question is, we don't talk about the size of Hickory's defensive line. We haven't really talked about that yet, but certainly apparent on that play.
2nd and 7. Toss power off the left side for Ben Miller, and Miller runs right into the teeth of the defense. We see Gaume and Lewis there at the point of attack. And now a flag at the end of the play.
Yeah.
So it's a pickup of a yard, flag pending.
Yeah.
See Ja'Kai King getting off the bottom of the pile for Hickory.
Yeah, a little frustration maybe as we see some of the Wilmington linemen kind of pleading their case with the official. So nothing official yet, obviously, but might be something kind of out of frustration after the play or as the play was ending.
You're listening to News Talk 790 WPIC Sharon Hermitage, a Cumulus media station. High school football tonight here on 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet. George Schneider will come over and tell us the infraction. Personal foul against Wilmington. That'll be stepped off half the distance from the end of the play, so the play will count. It's going to be 3rd down and better part of 20 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was it, too. Just kind of some jostling, pushing and shoving there as the play was ending, and I think one of the linemen just a little bit too aggressive. And
now 3rd and 20 back at the 14-yard line. Clock stopped clock moving now, 1:30 to go. Hickory still a timeout remaining. Double wing set. Reeder under center brings Miller in motion. And the give is to Miller off the left side. Miller, a little bit of room, hurdles the man, gets to the 20, and is upended. There's a flag back behind the play, however. Miller picks up close to 10, but flag thrown right where he made the turn upfield.
Yeah, right where he made the turn upfield. And, again, that's the one thing. Certainly sometimes you see that in this wing T offense is the blocking scheme. If you miss your guy, you still have a chance to get them, but it's not a legal block.
Looks as if Hickory's going to decline the penalty, which is not a surprise. It will still be 4th down and 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. The officials' conference taking a while. George Schneider explaining the options to Bill Dungy across the way.
Yes.
Clock reads 1 minute, 16 seconds to go in the half.
Lots of explaining going on over there. So.
See on the Lawrence County SportsNet, we see referee Snyder over there talking with Hickory head coach Bill Dungy. And it continues. Unless if this is perhaps not a hold or block in the back, but some other type of
right.
Perhaps
yeah.
unusual infraction,
undeclinable or something. Yeah.
Well, it's holding.
Okay.
And they decline it.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, it's like making 3 lefts to make 1 right.
Yeah. So we took longer than the Treaty of Versailles to figure out, but that's what it was, a hold and a decline.
It'll be 4th and 10 now at the 24, and the clock is stopped at 1:16. And the clock, as James Dotson points out, probably the clock issue too.
Yeah, right. Yep.
So it's 4th down. Reeder has to punt, but he's okay now. He's over on the sideline talking to Coach Fillion. So Hickory will still keep its timeout. And the Hornets should come out of this with good field position.
Yeah.
Snap back to Reeder. Kick is away. Wobbler hits at the 46, takes a big Wilmington roll to the 35, to the 30, and it will roll all the way down to the 20. Well, still rolling, and then the official blew it dead. The 26. And we have another flag up, another flag back near midfield. The punt goes to the Hickory 27, 49-yard punt. Then with the penalty pending. But we thought Hickory was going to come out of this with good field position, but already pinned back at the 27. If this flag is on Hickory, the Hornets are going to be set back inside the 20.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is going to change their mentality a little bit. As you can tell they really wanted to have the football and save their timeout. One more possession here to finish the half, and the defense did its job. But certainly a good punt by Reeder and a good roll, and then a penalty on Hickory. So that part didn't set itself up very well for the Hornets.
And the officials confer again. Is it block in the back on Hickory?
Block in the back, Hickory.
It'll be first down Hornets, and
Is it unusual to see a block in the back when there's no return? Is that just me, or am I, just kind of not remembering that happens sometimes? I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
Now they'll come in. They've not moved the ball after the penalty, and now they will. It's going to go back 10 more yards inside the 20 to the 17, and that's where this drive will begin, as this second quarter is ground to a halt.
Yeah, halftime's almost over. They're almost ready to start the third quarter. Our game on Sports Radio 96.7.
And they actually only marked off 9 yards on the penalty. Either way, it's first down for Hickory. Tellez gets the shotgun snap. Quarterback sweeper on the left side. Tellez with an escort. He's to the 25 to the 30, and Xander Tellez on the designed run picks up the first down.
Yeah, a little safe play out there just to get kind of Tellez, who's been under the weather this week, did not get the start, but maybe get him going a little bit. Good convoy out there of offensive linemen. Tellez able to turn the corner and get a first down.
Tackled in bounds, so the clock is running under 50 seconds to go. First and 10 at the Hickory 30. Tellez back to pass. Four-man rush. Tellez flushed out. He's going to run. Now Tellez giving ground behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to come out of bounds on the near side, go out of bounds at the 32, maybe the 33. Clock stops, but down to 36 seconds to go. A rather slow developing play.
Yeah, slow developing play. He kind of was thinking, am I going to throw it? No, I'm going to get out and run. All right, wait a minute. I'm going to back up over the line of scrimmage, throw it. Then just decided to go out of bounds. Nice job by Jamie Miller out there on the edge, not committing a penalty, just escorting him out of bounds and not hitting him late.
Second and 7 at the 33. Remember, Hickory still has a timeout. Four-man front for Wilmington. Ackery slot left inside of Cousin. That's the wide side of the field. Hilliard flexed out to the right as a split end. Neville's a flanker outside of him, and now Hickory will have to take its final timeout. Ooh. The Hornets take time, 36 seconds to go in the half. We'll take a 30-second timeout as well. Hickory on top, 28-7. Back with more from Wilmington after this on 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet.
If you're thinking about a move to a senior living community where you can receive help with daily living, consider the Heritage or the Ridgewood at St. Paul's in Greenville, Pennsylvania. The Heritage and the Ridgewood are personal care residences offering private apartments with as much assistance as you need. Plus, services like meals, housekeeping, transportation, and social and spiritual programs. Call today for more information. 724-588-7610. St. Paul's provides equal housing opportunities.
The third quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958.
We are actually still in the second quarter. Just feels like it should be the third quarter at this point. The second quarter has ground to a halt. Hickory has second and 7 from its own 33-yard line. No timeouts remaining for Hickory. 3 receivers to the left, Neville wide to the right, Xander Tellez in the shotgun with Sean Kennedy to his right. 5-man rush. Here comes Whiting on a blitz, and Horkovy and Whiting will surround Tellez for a sack back at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, big play there by the by Wilmington, probably to put the seal on the
Down to 19 seconds to go. Hickory trying to get everybody back behind the line of scrimmage. Down to 12 seconds to go. Now Hickory appears content to take it to the locker room, leading 28-7.
Yeah, I thought that's what Hickory was going to do after that play, but it looked like they were going to do it. You see Coach Dungy kind of going nuts over on the sidelines. Said, nope, do not snap that football.
It is halftime here in New Wilmington, and the Hickory Hornets, thanks to a pair of second-quarter touchdowns, have the lead here at halftime, 28-7. Chris and I will come back with a first-half recap, scoring and stats, along with the Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update. 28-7, Hickory leads Wilmington on News Talk 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet.
Mancino's Driving School can give you your driver's test? That's right. Mancino's Driving School provides an approved Pennsylvania Department of Education certified driving course as well as behind-the-wheel training. Mancino's Driving School offers one-on-one, on-the-road driving lessons 7 days a week with day and evening hours. They use only certified driving instructors that have undergone extensive background investigation. For details or more information on adult training, go online to mancinosdrivingschool.com.
In 1973, something wonderful happened in Sharpsville. That's when Lock, Stock, and Barrel opened their doors and served their first of now over 3 million giant submarine sandwiches. They still serve 42 whole subs on 15-inch buns. Lock, Stock, and Barrel also offers burgers, specialty sandwiches, wraps, gyros, salads, wings, and even breakfast. Call 724-962-5503. Lock, Stock, and Barrel, proud sponsors of the Sub of the Game and Play of the Game.
Home Improvement Hotline, how can I help?
Hi, we're thinking of remodeling our kitchen.
Make your dream kitchen?
Yeah.
Yourself?
Yes?
Oh, boy.
Why?
Oh, the headaches from flooring in tight corners to why doesn't the countertop fit? The cabinets are wrong. Pulls don't match. Do we repaint or refloor? You have to rewire the outlets. Suddenly it's 6 months and you still have no kitchen?
We don't want that.
Oh, then here's who to call.
Warner's Homes and Improvements. For a headache-free dream kitchen or bath, tell us your dreams. We'll make it happen. Since 1958, Warner Homes and Improvements. Quality you can trust at WarnerConstruction.com.
I've worked hard to make my house a home, and I expect my insurance to work hard too. That's why I'm with Erie Insurance and my local agent. They offer the service I deserve, the coverage I need, all at a price I can afford.
Your local Erie agent in Hermitage is Reinhardt's Insurance. Get a quote at 724-342-2291 or visit reinhardts.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
The Halftime Show is brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel, serving giant subs to the Shenango Valley since 1973.
Welcome back to New Wilmington, Wilmington High School. Ryan Briggs, Chris Scorch with you tonight. Aaron Byro back in the studio. James Dotson and the gang from Lawrence County SportsNet with us tonight. 28-7, Hickory leading Wilmington at the half. Chris, your first half thoughts?
You know, again, those first two drives by the Hickory Hornets, just kind of were done with such precision and, great execution. And they were able to almost kind of stun Wilmington. It just seemed like before Wilmington had their bearings, they were down 14-0. A great answer by Wilmington to get back into the game, 14-7. And then two quick strikes by the Hornets. It just doesn't have the feel of a blowout. Normally, 28-7, this game's a blowout. It doesn't feel like that, as Hickory has just sort of done it so slowly and methodically. Wilmington's going to have lots of opportunities, I think, to get back in this football game. But obviously, they're going to have to score to get back in this. And Hickory's defense has just been terrific.
Hickory 262 yards in the first half, Wilmington 110. We'll give you the full stat recap, the scoring recap, and more when we come back. It is 28-7, Hickory on top. You're listening to the Halftime Show on 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet.
Thank you.
Every extra coin?
Thank you.
Every dollar bill? Here you go.
Thank you.
Every little bit.
Thank you.
Makes a great big difference.
Help the Community Counseling Center of Mercer County make a great big difference as they help furnish 300 students with backpacks filled with school supplies. Donate now to help the Community Counseling Center prepare students for the upcoming school year. To donate, go to cccmer.org/donate.
When the finest cuts of meat combine with just the right amount of fire and seasonings, you don't need anything else except a fork and a plate. Get ready for the most amazing dining experience ever.
When you're out with your friends or looking for a place to stop before or after the games, Bay's Pub & Grill is the place for you. Open Tuesday through Saturday with happy hour daily from 4:30 to 6:30. Bay's Pub & Grill, East State Street in Hermitage.
If you're thinking about a move to a senior living community where you can receive help with daily living. Consider the Heritage or the Ridgewood at St. Paul's in Greenville, Pennsylvania. The Heritage and the Ridgewood are personal care residences offering private apartments with as much assistance as you need. Plus, services like meals, housekeeping, transportation, and social and spiritual programs. Call today for more information. 724-588-7610. St. Paul's provides equal housing opportunities.
When the finest cuts of meat combine with just the right amount of fire and seasonings, you don't need anything else except a fork and a plate. Get ready for the most amazing dining experience ever.
When you're out with your friends or looking for a place to stop before or after the games, Vay's Pub & Grill is the place for you. Open Tuesday through Saturday with happy hour daily from 4:30 to 6:30. Vay's Pub & Grill, East State Street in Hermitage.
Home Improvement Hotline, how can I help?
Hi, we're thinking of remodeling our kitchen.
Make your dream kitchen?
Yeah.
Yourself?
Yes?
Oh boy.
Why?
Oh, the headaches from flooring in tight corners to why doesn't the countertop fit? The cabinets are wrong, pulls don't match. Do we repaint or refloor? You have to rewire the outlets. Suddenly it's 6 months and you still have no kitchen?
We don't want that.
Oh, then here's who to call.
Warner's Homes and Improvements. For a headache-free dream kitchen or bath, tell us your dreams. We'll make it happen. Since 1958, Warner Homes and Improvements. Quality you can trust at warnerconstruction.com.
The Halftime Show is brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel, serving giant subs to the Shenango Valley since 1973.
We will have the Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime scoreboard coming up in our next segment. Here at the half, Hickory leading Wilmington 28-7, along with Chris Birch. Ryan Briggs here tonight at Wilmington High School. The scoring recap in this one. Hickory took the opening drive of the game after Will Ackery's kickoff return to the Wilmington 40. Sean Kennedy scored on a 2-yard touchdown run, capping a 6-play 40-yard drive. Lucas Jones with the first of his 4 extra points made it 7-0 Hickory at the 8:30 mark of the first quarter. And then Hickory extended the lead to 14-0. 4:04 mark of the second quarter, Tylon Cousins, 16-yard catch from Parker Hilliard. 5 plays, 60 yards on the drive, and was 14-0. However, Wilmington answered a 6-play, 65-yard drive. Ben Miller, a 31-yard run to make it goal to go. Ashton Reeder, making his first start at quarterback tonight, a 1-yard touchdown run on a sneak with 36 seconds to go in the quarter. James Winter's extra point made it 14-7. That was our score at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, Hickory scored twice, 7:22 mark. Will Ackery, a 43-yard touchdown catch from Sander Tellez. Jones with the extra point, made it 21-0. It was a 1-play, 38-yard drive. It was 43-yard pass because of the pre-snap penalty, with Hickory striking quickly, then Hickory another 1-play scoring drive later in the second. 2:38 to go in the half. Kelvin Morrison, 73-yard reception. That came on a quick screen to Ackery, who then lateraled to Kelvin Morrison, the hook and lateral. Morrison goes the distance. 28-0 or 28-7 is the score, and that's where we are here at halftime. Looking at some team numbers for Hickory: 39 rushing yards, 223 passing yards. The Hornets 262 yards on 21 plays. Hickory has 9 first downs. For Wilmington, 110 yards rushing. Hornets, or the Hounds, have not attempted a pass. 110 total yards, 4 first downs on 22 plays for Wilmington. Hickory, quarterback Parker Hilliard made the start, 5 of 5, 99 yards and a touchdown. Sander Tellez, 4 of 5 for 124 yards and 2 touchdowns. Morrison, 4 carries, 19 yards. Sander Tellez, 3 carries for 9 yards. Ackery, a 5-yard run. Hilliard, a 3-yard run. Sean Kennedy, 2 carries, 3 yards. And the first touchdown of the night for Hickory. Receiving, Tylon Cousins, 3 catches, 66 yards. Ackery, 3 catches for 51. Morrison, 2 catches for 100 total yards. All 3 of those men have touchdowns. Luke Neville, a 6-yard catch. For Wilmington, Ben Miller, 10 carries, 67 yards. Chase Mitchelltree, 5 attempts for 25 yards. Buda Book, 5 carries for 15. Ashton Reeder, 2 carries for 3 yards. We've had no turnovers in the game. Hickory, 5 flags, 35 yards. Wilmington, 3 penalties, 24 yards. 28-7 is our halftime score. What's going on elsewhere? We'll tell you when we come back. Chris Birch will have the Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update. He is feverishly gathering updates from around Mercer County and District 10 and a few Lawrence County scores as well. We'll be back with more halftime after this on Newstalk 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet.
Stay refreshed and hydrated with Herman's Water, your go-to bottled water choice in the Valley since 1908. Herman's premium spring water is sourced from nature's purest springs, delivering a crisp taste that quenches your thirst. Say goodbye to dehydration and hello to hydration. Visit hermanswater.com to order your supply today and get delivered to your home or office for free. Ask about our new customer offer of 1 month free rental and 2 free bottles. Herman's Water, when taste matters.
Agriculture is more than a business. It's a way of life. My bank understands agriculture. They're local. They're here for the long haul. Agriculture is a business that varies like the weather. That's why I need a financial partner I can grow with, in good times and bad, weather or not.
Mercer County State Bank. Member FDIC. Your community bank. Online at mcsbank.bank.
If you're thinking about a move to a senior living community where you can receive help with daily living, consider the Heritage or the Ridgewood at St. Paul's in Greenville, Pennsylvania. The Heritage and the Ridgewood are personal care residences offering private apartments with as much assistance as you need. Plus, services like meals, housekeeping, transportation, and social and spiritual programs. Call today for more information. 724-588-7610. St. Paul's provides equal housing opportunities.
The drug landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. A synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, smell it, or taste it. Know the dangers.
Contact Mercer County Behavioral Health, Inc. in Mercer, PA at 724-662-2230 or visit cdc.gov/stop overdose. Brought to you by the Hermitage PA Rotary Club and the Mercer County Opioid Settlement Fund.
The Halftime Show is brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel, serving giant subs to the Shenango Valley since 1973.
Welcome back to Wilmington High School. Ryan Briggs, Chris Birch with you, 28-7, Hickory the halftime lead. It's time now for the Lock, Stock, and Barrel halftime update, brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel, located in the Sharpsville Plaza in Sharpsville, open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Chris, you were working rather intently during the last break.
Yeah.
You've been you giving that pen a good workout?
I got it,
Without further delay, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. Yeah, we'll kind of go biggest to smallest here as our Region 1 teams are in action. Cambridge Springs is up on Reynolds 18-7. That really is a big-time 1A showdown. Cochran and Kennedy play tomorrow afternoon at Kennedy. Lakeview continues to roll. They're up 34-0 on Maplewood.
Lakeview going for its first 4-0 start since 1990. Wow. And only the second time in program history.
That's amazing when you think about a lot of the success that program's had recently, too. That's a great stat. Mercer is up 34-0 on Sagertown. Nice bounce back for the Mustangs after playing this Wilmington team last week. Eisenhower over Seneca 14-0. And Union City up on Iroquois 7-0. Region 3 scores, Farrell is up 22-6 on Greenville. So Greenville, good team. They're hanging in there against Farrell, no question about it. Grove City and Sharon, game over on Sports Radio 96.7. Both teams had a couple of opportunities. The defense, really kind of bulled their neck, and that game went into the halftime, and now starting the third quarter, 0-0. So another great stat for Sharon there with their defense.
Yeah, still yet to have given up a point. The last two times, Chris, that Sharon started a season with 3 straight shutouts. 1988, 1993. Both years, Sharon played at Grove City later in the season.
Right.
In 88, both games were very low scoring. In 88, Grove City upset undefeated Sharon 12-7. And in 93, for the MCAC title, Sharon won at Grove City 10-6. Tigers had 5 picks that night, by the way. So this game, Sharon 3 straight shutouts at Grove City, another low-scoring game. How it turns out, we don't know, but it's just some parallels here. 35 years ago now, 30 years ago than tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. That's some great stuff right there by you. Sharpsville jumped up 16-0 on Slippery Rock. Slippery Rock scored late in the half. It's 16-6 at the start of the third quarter over at West Middlesex. They play one home game a year there. So Sharpsville up 16-6 on the Rockets. Conneaut is up 8-0 on Warren. Meadville beat Titusville last night in Region 4, and Oil City and Franklin play tomorrow. Region 5 scores: Harbor Creek up 14-6 on Corey. Fort LaBeouf up 7-3 on Fairview. Northeast continuing their kind of resurgence. They're up 10-6 on General McLean. Some of the bigger schools in action too. Butler up 27-13 on Hollidaysburg. Cathedral Prep is up 28-26 on Buffalo St. Francis. And McDowell, no issues up at Veterans Stadium as they're up 26-7 on Erie High. And lots of Lawrence County listeners tonight. So we got lots of Lawrence County scores. Neshannock and Western Beaver are head into that third quarter, tied 14-14. We saw the Lancers a couple of weeks ago, Ryan. Good team. Berlin Brothers Valley, school we're familiar with through basketball. Must have a pretty good football team, too. They're up 20-0 on Laurel. West Al all over Newcastle, 33-0. Mohawk continuing its fine season. They're up 10-0 on Riverside. Elwood City was down 7-0 to Freedom. They've scored 13 straight. They're up 13-7 on Freedom. Union beat Shenango 40-8 last night. And our buddy Joe Sager covering the Beaver South Park game. That score is 14-14 at the half.
And we have one last update
sure
coming
do.
in.
Mohawk, a big flourish of points. They're now up 31-0 on Riverside. We know that Mohawk offense is prolific, showing it off tonight again, up 31-0 on Riverside.
So thanks to James Dotson for the Lawrence County scores, and also thanks to the crew from Lawrence County Sports. We have Darren Heberlin and Rob Nattell running camera tonight on Lawrence County Sports Network with James Dotson, who we hear on our airwaves at times throughout the fall and winter.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing all the technical stuff behind the scenes tonight, allowing Chris and I to come here and do what we do best. That's call the action. Of those halftime scores, anything that really jumps out at you, Chris?
Not really. I mean, again, that Grove City Sharon score, we think of their, the great offense of Grove City. The fact that that's 0-0 is a bit of a surprise. Greenville, showing a little grit and some toughness, going to Farrell after starting 0-3 and really hanging in there. It was 16-6 for a long time in that game. So that's not a surprise, but good for them. Mercer, Lakeview, having a good night. And, Cambridge Springs, you said it, Ryan, a couple of weeks ago. You thought they were for real, showing it tonight against three-time defending District 10 champ Reynolds. So the Cambridge Springs, the Spa, looks like they have a really good team this year in 1A.
Then the games tomorrow. Cockerton is at Kennedy. Kennedy back in action after the forfeit last week. And then Oil City taking on Franklin. An historic rivalry that for many years Franklin dominated, but the last decade has been all Oil City. They've been putting the Route in Route 8 rivalry. We'll see what Oil City does. They were humbled last week by Northeast, but again, Northeast, team that Farrell played in week 1, and now Northeast 2-1, looking to go to 3-1 tonight against General McLean. So lots of intriguing action tonight, and of course, our score's 28-7, Hickory with the lead. We'll take our final halftime break. We'll come back with the third quarter after this. Hickory and Wilmington on 790 WPIC and Sports Radio 96.7. 790 WPIC and the Lawrence County SportsNet. I apologize.
Running Hermitage, Minuteman Press are your local experts. Boost your brand with stuff. Apparel and more. The Hermitage Minuteman Press team ensures top quality results with lightning fast turnaround. Plus, their marketing solutions will take you to the next level. Elevate your image and stand out from the competition. Experience excellence in printing and marketing at Minuteman Press today. Minuteman Press, 3170 East State Street in Hermitage. Online at hermitage.minutemanpress.com or follow them on Facebook. Mention this ad and receive 10% off your first order.
My car does more than take me from here to there, and I expect my insurance to do more too. That's why I chose my agent and Erie Insurance. They offer first accident forgiveness and the service I deserve at a price I can afford.
Your Erie agent in Hermitage is Reinhardt's Insurance. Get a quote at 724-342-2291.
Erie Insurance services are provided by one or more of the following insurers: Erie Insurance Company, Erie Insurance Property and Casualty Company, or Flagship City Insurance Company, home offices Erie, Pennsylvania, or Erie Insurance Company of New York, home offices Rochester, New York, an equal opportunity insurer.
You're independent. So are we. We're a locally owned independent bank. Because of that, we make our loan decisions right here at the bank. You don't have to wait for some out-of-town loan committee to get together. We offer fast, quick answers on your loan requests.
Mercer County State Bank. Member FDIC. your community bank. Online at mcsbank.bank.
I've worked hard to make my house a home, and I expect my insurance to work hard too. That's why I'm with Erie Insurance and my local agent. They offer the service I deserve, the coverage I need, all at a price I can afford.
Your local Erie agent in Hermitage is Reinhardt's Insurance. Get a quote at 724-342-2291 or visit reinhardts.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
The third quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958.
Don't forget, after the game, we will have the Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game and the Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game. That's coming up in our post-game. And then it's Aaron Byro and Art Shannon with the Warner Homes and Improvements fifth quarter scoreboard show. They'll be with you until 11 o'clock here on 790 WPIC. And certainly a lot to talk about from all the games. Chris, what are a couple of things you'll be paying attention to here in the second half?
Well, I mean, Wilmington's going to get the football here to start the second half. I mean, I think, certainly if they're going to get back in the football game, they really need to start to get something going offensively, other than the occasional kind of big Ben Miller run. And then defensively, they've got to make some stops. But I think it has to start right here. So I'm going to be looking for, what kind of a start here does Wilmington get off to? And they score right here. They make a stop. It's going to be a 48-minute football game. But boy, they go 3 and out. Hickory scores. Obviously, that's big trouble. So I think they have to get off to a good start. And if you're Hickory, I mean, I just think you got to keep playing defense the way you've been. Get another big play and turn this thing into the route that I'm sure that they can kind of sense that they're just 1 or 2 plays away from that. So big moment here, I think, to start this third quarter for both teams.
With Wilmington first time starting quarterback Ashton Reeder, Wilmington not a real prolific passing team to begin with. In fact, Reeder's not attempted a pass. He's played 4 quarters and has not attempted one.
Right.
At some point they're probably going to have to hit something through the air, don't you think?
I agree. Yeah, and again, the amount of time certainly that it takes, in this kind of Brandon Fillion offense to drive down the field and score. It's so great when you're winning. You're winning, that this is tailor-made for that. But the problem is, right, when you're down, 2-3 scores like Hickory is right now, it's tough to get things generated. And yeah, that's probably maybe the stat of the moment right there is Reeder now getting ready to start his fifth quarter as the quarterback here for Wilmington, has not attempted a pass yet. So, yeah, that's a problem.
Hickory will kick off to begin the second half. Hickory won the toss, selected to receive. Hickory going left to right, white jerseys, red numbers and letters outlined in black pants with a red stripe, white helmets. Wilmington, navy jerseys, white numbers outlined in gold, white pants with a gold stripe, navy helmets with the italicized block W, and a gold stripe for Wilmington. Jones has it teed up. Couple of dangerous return men deep for Wilmington back at the 5. Ben Miller on the far hash, Buddha Book here on the near left hash. And the second half is underway. Jones puts his right foot into it. Short kick. Book on the run up, bobbles it, tries to pick it up, and then will fall on it at the 25-yard line. The ball just, it was like a changeup. It just stopped and dropped.
Right, and it looked like Book maybe hesitated for a second and was going to try to get that on the roll, but then decided to go flying ahead and make a the center fielder diving to make a catch over the shortstop's head. And very lucky that he didn't cough that up, and that was near disaster for Wilmington. But as it is, hey, they have the football in decent field position, and imperative for them to get something going here, I think, to start this half.
1st and 10 at the 25. Hounds come out in a double tight set. Book in motion from wing left. Turn toss goes to Book. Book charges off the right side. Pile moving forward. Book to the 30, and Book will be gang tackled down at about the 32-yard line. A nice gain for Buddha Book. He picks up 7 on the first play of the second half.
Yeah, I like it. Good play call, good execution. And again, this is, it's already maybe time for Wilmington to start, going a little tempo here and trying to pick up the pace.
2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line. Buddha Book started the first 3 games of the season at quarterback, starting at left halfback tonight. 6 carries, 22 yards. 2 tight end set, double wing set. Mitchell Tree, the single back. Miller in motion, toss to Miller. Trying to get around the left side. Miller heads upfield to the 35, and Miller is cut down at the 40-yard line by Krivosh and Cousin, but Ben Miller picks up 8, and Wilmington. Back-to-back nice runs to begin the second half. First down, Wilmington.
Yeah, first down, Wilmington. And again, that touchdown drive that Wilmington had, they certainly showed that they can move the football, and this offense can get things done here against this Hickory defense. But now down 3 scores here to start the half. They have to kind of find something and keep going to it.
First down, Wilmington at the 40, working right to left. Hickory has both Galm and Lewis in there. Hornets actually a 6-man front. Miller in motion, turn, give to Mitchell-Tree off the left side, runs right into Sean Kennedy, the linebacker. Mitchell-Tree picks up 1. It will be 2nd and 9 at the 41.
Yeah, you really brilliantly just kind of described why that play has worked for Hickory or for Wilmington. That time there was no misdirection at all. So that was the first time on one of Mitchell-Tree's, the quick hitter up the middle, that there was no misdirection at all, and the Hickory defense just stayed home and stuffed that up.
2nd down and 9 for Wilmington. 2 minutes gone by, third quarter. Hounds break the huddle. Double tight set, double wing set. Mitchell-Tree, the fullback. Book in motion. The handoff on a counter sweeper on the left side to Miller. Miller is hit, stumbles forward. Krivosh got a piece of him. Cousin finished him off. Ben Miller picks up a couple. We'll give him the 43, but Wilmington will still face 3rd down and about 7 upcoming. Hounds tonight, 1 for 5 on 3rd down in the first half.
Yeah, that's a very telling stat, right? Trying to keep your offense on the field, put together a long scoring drive. If you can't do that if you can't pick up 3rd downs, convert 3rd downs.
See what the Hounds elect to do here on 3rd down. Double tight set, double wing set. Book to the left, Ben Miller to the right. Miller in motion, gets a handoff on a buck sweeper on the left side. Heads upfield, lowers the shoulder. Needed the 50 for the first down, and he will be given credit to the 50. Kennedy brought him down, but a tough run for Miller on 3rd and 7. He nets 7.
Yeah, just running angry there at the end. Able to reach across the line to gain and pick up a much, much needed first down for the Wilmington Hounds.
Front point of the ball touching the 50-yard line. First down, Wilmington. 6th first down of the night for the Hounds. Reeder gets the play call from the sideline. Head coach Brandon Fillion. There's the clock stopping on the out-of-bounds play. 9:32 to go in the 3rd. Double tight set, double wing set. The snap bobbled by Reeder, plucks it out of the air, and then surges forward for perhaps a foot right into the teeth of the Hickory defense. Keenan Scullin getting in on the end of the play. A couple of white jerseys on the bottom of the pile. We see Lewis in there, along with Ben Walls, the defensive end. So no gain for Reeder. It will be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, you're not going to you're not going to make much hay against this Hickory defense on a broken play like that. And give Reeder credit for just getting his hands around it and then falling forward.
2nd down and 10 from midfield. Book in motion. Turn. Reeder back to pass. Reeder hit as he throws by Hilliard. Incomplete. Parker Hilliard from the backside.
Yeah.
Drilled Reeder between the 8 and 3. It will be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Reeder rolling out to his right, and his quarterback counterpart, Parker Hilliard, playing defense, of course, there from the corner, or from the outside linebacker on the linebacker blitz, just letting him have it. He never saw him coming on the blind side.
But he felt him at the end.
Yeah, he sure did.
So now 3rd and 10 for Wilmington. Hounds converted on 3rd and 7 moments ago. Book in motion from left to right. And it's a counter handoff to Miller off the left side. Miller hit by Scullin. Kennedy gets a hold of him also. Miller picks up about 3.5, maybe 4, but Wilmington will have 4th down and a decision to make, and I'm guessing the offense will stay out there.
Yeah, offense definitely going to stay out there. I'm guessing, we're going to see maybe kind of that counter play with Budo Book here.
It's 4th down and nearly 7. It's about 6.5. This is the 9th play of the drive. It's a drive that's used already 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, and you pointed that out. That's that's kind of the problem when you're in an offense that really is reluctant to pass.
Book wing left, Miller wing right. And Reeder will bootleg to the right. Looking, sets his feet, off his back foot, throws downfield. Incomplete. Intended for Book, who tried to make a sliding grab. Could not make the catch. It is incomplete. He was open, but lost his footing. And Hickory takes over on downs with 8:03 to go. So a promising drive stalls out just past midfield. And now Hickory, which has really had good field position all night, but once again start near midfield.
Yeah, Reeder just rolling to his right, and you could really see that that play developed and Book coming open. But, yeah, you called it, Ryan, exactly right. Book had to come back for it a little bit. It was a good pass, but he had to come back for it a little bit, and he slipped hard. His feet went out from under him big time.
And you wonder, it is a cooler night, just get a little bit of condensation out there. Doesn't take much.
Nope, dramatic temperature change from the beginning of this game till now. 1st and 10
at the Hickory 47. Tellez will give it to Kennedy on a counter up the middle. Kennedy into the open of the 40 to the 35-yard line, brought down by the strong safety, Ben Miller. But Sean Kennedy, following the guard on the tackle through the hole, picks up 18 yards to the Wilmington 35.
Yeah, these guys are getting out into space. When you see, Kennedy getting out into space and Morrison getting out into space, that's just really a bad situation for a defense to be in, and that's what's starting to happen more and more for this Hickory offense.
3 receivers to the left, Neville wide right on the short side of the field. Kennedy, the single back, or actually now it's Morrison. Tellez fakes it, keeps it off the left side, and Tellez is going to be hit and dropped. Rocky Serafino with a tackle. Willie Moore, the initial contact. Tellez will perhaps lose half a yard, bringing up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Willie Moore doing a great job kind of throwing his blocker off, holding his ground, and just kind of tripping Tellez up behind the line of scrimmage.
Be 2nd and 10, just shy of the 35. 7:07 to go third quarter. Hickory leading 28-7. That was our halftime score. 3 receivers stacked to the right. Now Hilliard lines up as a wing to the right. Tellez out of the shotgun. Tellez rolling right to the wide side. Now looking back the other way. Throwing it downfield. Has a man wide open. It's Luke Neville makes the catch. Touchdown Hickory. 35 yards. The Hornets extend the lead. There's a flag behind the play at the end of the play. But Luke Neville wide open, and Xander Tellez put it on the money.
Tellez put it on the money. Luke Moore just somehow got behind the defense. And, that was that's about as easy a touchdown as you will see, of that kind. Is just a little bit of miscommunication there in the Wilmington secondary.
Officials talk it over.
How good is Sharon's defense? We're watching this Hickory offense, and Sharon shut them out last week. That's amazing.
Hornets will be over 300 yards offensively, 315 to be precise. Penalty pending, but there's breaking news regarding Sharon defense.
Oh, all right.
They've given up a point. They've given up 7 points.
All right.
Grove City's taking the lead 7-0. So now George Snyder will come over and talk to Wilmington coach Brandon Fillion.
Yeah, I think the discussion here, Briggsy, is do you want it on the extra point or the kickoff? Because, it was a Hickory. One of Hickory's linemen just kind of got upset about something and a little aggressive there, after the touchdown.
So dead ball. He signaled it's dead ball holding. That can't be it.
It's not holding, right? No, it was after the play. It was after the touchdown. It was like a little scrum on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they were tangled up. Whether it was, saying the old days, he was giving them the business.
Yes.
But perhaps if it was a hole, they were tangled up. We'll see how many yards are stepped off. But the touchdown counts, 35 yards to Neville. Lucas Jones on to attempt the extra point with 6:49 to go in the third.
Yeah. George Snyder, I think one of his strengths as an official is he just doesn't let that nonsense go, and right on top of that.
And it happened about from me to you away.
Yeah, right, yep.
Krivosh still hold. Jones kicking at the goalpost to the right. And the snap is bobbled. The kick is into the line. It is no good. The first miss of the season for Jones, although hard to blame him for that one.
Yeah.
One of the few things that has not gone right tonight for Hickory. Hornets extend the lead 34-7. 6:49 to go in the third. We'll come back with the kickoff on Newstalk 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet.
At the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, we greet you when you walk in, get to know you by name, and understand your health and health needs as if they were our own. What's more, we keep you informed of the most current health advancements. Of course, we also provide a full range of health products, prescriptions, over-the-counter medicines, and health supplies. So what's become of the neighborhood pharmacy? Well, if your idea of a pharmacy is more than health products, also health professionals who take the time to know you and your health needs, your pharmacy is right here at the Medicine Shop.
Did you know that Mancino's Driving School can give you your driver's test? That's right. Mancino's Driving School provides an approved Pennsylvania Department of Education certified driving course as well as behind-the-wheel training. Mancino's Driving School offers one-on-one, on-the-road driving lessons 7 days a week with day and evening hours. They use only certified driving instructors that have undergone extensive background investigation. For details or more information on adult training, go online to mancinosdrivingschool.com.
The third quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958.
Kickoff will come from the 25 after the personal foul is stepped off. No, actually, though, they are going to move up 10. So the hold was signaled, so in fact, that's the right call. It's holding and a 10-yard penalty after the touchdown. That's that's a new one.
Yeah.
But it's the sixth flag of the night on Hickory for 45 yards. And there certainly was holding. I thought they would actually get him for something a little bit more. Book and Miller come up to the Wilmington 20, awaiting the kick. Jones puts the right foot into it. Going back on it is Buddha Book, and Book fields it at his own 10-yard line. Book up the middle of the field to the 25, and he will get to about the 28-yard line before the Hickory coverage unit will bring him down. As downfield for the Hornets, that's going to be Kelvin Morrison, who's made some big plays on offense, and there he is on the kick team also, cutting his teeth, if you will.
Yes, no doubt. No doubt. Hey, Sharon Tigers answered that Grove City touchdown, but missed the extra point. So Grove City hanging on to a 7-6 lead over the Tigers early in the fourth quarter.
That game is on Sports Radio 96.7. We're here at Wilmington tonight. Hickory with a 34-7 lead. 6:42 to go in the third. Double tight set, double wing set. Book in motion from left to right. Jet sweep handoff to Buddha Book. And Book is going to be hit and dropped. Jaheim King, the outside linebacker, stayed home and brings down Book for a short loss on the play. It'll be second down and long upcoming for Wilmington.
You know, sometimes when you try to dissect or diagnose what makes a defense, really good is, some of the little things there. And you just watch this Hickory defense. They are so quick on the edge. You just cannot get out and get to the edge on this team. And, obviously Miller has had some runs where he's done that, but just been tough sledding. That time, nowhere to go. They got off all of their blocks and just could not make the turn. And I really am getting more and more impressed as the night goes on with this Hickory defense.
Now we have an official's timeout. Mercer game has gone final. First final of the night already, 48-6 over Sagertown.
Yeah, I'm sure got that running clock going there.
Second and 11, and one of the Wilmington linemen gets a running start. It'll be a penalty for false start. Sets the Hounds back 5 yards to the 22. Fourth flag of the night for 29 yards on Wilmington, bringing up second and 16.
You almost need, kind of a flawless second half here by Wilmington in the spot that they were in, and those are the kind of plays that just kill your any kind of offensive momentum or traction that you're getting.
Wilmington, a good start to the third quarter. Nice drive past midfield, and the drive stalled out and turned it over on downs, and Hickory able to extend its lead.
Yeah, another big play for the Hornet offense there as their answer.
Zahetner wide left. Book goes in motion left to right. Turn toss to Miller back over left guard from his right halfback spot. He runs right into Sean Kennedy. Gets a yard, bringing up third and 15 at the 23 with 5:22 to go in the third quarter. Hickory on top of this Region 3 matchup.
Hey, how good is Sean Kennedy at that middle linebacker position? It just seems like we could call his name on every play, either making a tackle, forcing someone into a tackle. Again, a lot has been said about his talents and abilities as a running back, but he's a big-time middle linebacker.
Made another stop there, putting Wilmington in third and long. Hounds are 2 of 7 on third down tonight. Zahetner wide right, Miller wing to the right, Book wing left. Miller in motion. Back to pass, Ashton Reeder throwing it downfield, and it is caught by Book, breaks a tackle, and Buddha Book will have the first down. Ashton Reeder nearly connected with Book. The last time they tried it, that time they do get together. Pickup of 17 yards, and the Hounds convert on 3rd and 15.
Yeah, Reeder got his feet set and threw a much better pass that time. Book didn't have to come back for it like he did last time. Nice catch in traffic by Book, and then a good little pickup afterwards to pick up a much-needed first down. You can see, too, that's really going to give Ashton Reeder some confidence. He was really mad at himself, I think, last time for not being able to make that pass.
The first completion of his varsity career goes for a first down. Hounds, 1st and 10, far right hash mark. Zehetner wide right, double wing set. Miller in motion from wing right. The turn, the give is to Mitchell-Tree off the left side. Mitchell-Tree lowers the shoulder, got underneath the linebacker Myers and picked up a couple of extra yards.
Yeah.
What they always say, low man wins.
Yeah. Yeah, looking very much like a wrestler there as he kind of got under there and turned what looked like it was going to be nothing into something.
Pickup of 5 to the 45-yard line, 2nd down and 5. Mitchell-Tree now 31 yards on 7 carries, averaging over 4 yards a pop tonight.
Yeah, he's had a nice night. He's a good player. He's, kind of cut right out of that typical Wilmington running back mold.
2nd and 5, split backs, turn give to Mitchell-Tree off the left side, has some running room, bounces outside, runs into Cousin, who gets a hold of him, then Krivosh up and runs support, but Mitchell-Tree takes the ball into Hickory territory, give him 8 to the Hickory 47. First down, Wilmington, back-to-back first downs.
Yeah, great little cut back there by Mitchell-Tree. Pick up those extra yards and another first down, yeah.
So first down at the 47 with 3:27 to go in the third. Wilmington offense, a little bit more rhythm here in the second half.
Yes, no question about it, right. It's, the problem is they have to score quick, and even with a little better rhythm, it's still been tough sledding.
1st and 10 at the 47. Give it to Miller off the left side. Miller downfield across the 40. And then is knocked out of bounds by Krivosh. Krivosh has been sticking his nose in there a lot tonight from that safety spot. Ben Miller comes up with a pickup of 10 and a little extra shot on Krivosh at the end of the play.
Yeah, they wanted, like you hear the Wilmington coaches wanting a hit out of bounds, but I think they miscalculated who was in control of that situation there. And Miller just kind of grabbed him and rode him out of bounds.
The first down for Wilmington. The clock stops as well. 1st and 10 at the 37 with 3 minutes to go in the third. Hounds break the huddle. Jamie Miller tight to the right on the wide side of the field. Split backs. Play clock down to 1. Ashton Reeder gets a snap, turn, toss to Miller. Miller crashes into the line and gets 2 to the 35. Parker Hilliard in there. Let's see, Walls also there for Hickory. And it will be 2nd down and 8.
Brought down by number 65, Ben Walls.
Yeah, again, just really good pursuit out there on the edge by the Hickory defenses. But there's no question. You said it. Wilmington's offense has moved the football. They've done some good things. They just cannot, kind of make the knockout punch, and give Hickory a lot of credit for kind of toughening up every time Wilmington has gotten in their side of the field.
2nd, 8:35. Fake the counter handoff. Reeder keeps it over the right side. Reeder to the 30. Reeder still on his feet. Takes Cousin for a ride. Ashton Reeder on the design keeper down inside the 25 to the 22. Pickup of a baker's dozen for Ashton Reeder.
Yeah, I love that play call. And you can see Reeder starting to pick up more and more confidence. Had the big completed pass, and now the big run there on that misdirection.
You can just see in his body language.
Yes.
I mean, he's just the growth he's made just here in this third quarter.
Yep, there's no doubt. Right, his first start, he had some success last week, and in kind of the late in that game against Mercer. But yeah, he's doing some good things here against Hickory in this second half, and that's really picking up his confidence.
And Hickory will take a timeout. Hornets want to talk over things. 1:53 to go in the third. Wilmington on the move. We'll come back with more third quarter action after this on News Talk 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet.
The drug landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. A synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, smell it, or taste it. know the dangers.
Contact Mercer County Behavioral Health, Inc. and Mercer, PA at 724-662-2230 or visit cdc.gov/stop overdose. Brought to you by the Hermitage PA Rotary Club and the Mercer County Opioid Settlement Fund.
The third quarter is brought to you by Warner's Homes and Improvements, making dreams come true since 1958.
Welcome back to Wilmington. Hounds have 1st and 10 at the Hickory 21, coming out of the timeout, 1:53 to go in the third. Ryan Briggs and Chris Birch with you. Special thanks to James Dotson and the gang from the Lawrence County SportsNet bringing the video coverage tonight. 1st and 10, Wilmington at the Hickory 21. Ball's on the far right hash as the Hounds go right to left towards the scoreboard end. Miller in motion right to left. Hand off to Miller on a jet sweep, trying to get around the left side. Gets a block, heads upfield, and will be cut down at the 15-yard line. Timmy Krivosh, another tackle. Pickup of 6 for Ben Miller. As this drive now 9 plays, 57 yards for Wilmington.
It's like Krivosh covers sideline to sideline, right? You see him make a play on one sideline, and 2 plays later he makes a play on the other sideline. Just incredible.
2nd and 4 to 15. Wilmington has returned to the McCandless Ford red zone. McCandless Ford, Mercer, and Meadville. Double wing set. Reeder brings Book in motion left to right. Turn, give the Chase Mitchell tree off right guard. He is hit and then driven back. Gets perhaps a yard or 2 before the defense brings him down. As we see Spencer Lee in there. Krivosh again on another tackle. King also in the neighborhood. Pickup of 2. 3rd down and 2 upcoming for Wilmington at the Hickory 13 as we're under a minute to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, quick moving third quarter, which is exactly what certainly Hickory wants.
You call, I have to disagree on the quick moving part.
Yeah, I know, you're right. I know. As soon as I said that, I thought, well.
3rd and 2. Miller in motion from wing right. He'll get the handoff, and he is hit by Kennedy. Bounces off of him. Miller keeps the legs going. Parker Hilliard finished him off, along with Scullin. Needed to get to the 11. Miller only gets to the 12. It will be 4th down and a yard for Wilmington. Down to 15 seconds to go in the third, and it appears that will be the final play of quarter number 3. And that will be it for quarter number 3. Hickory adds to its lead. The only points in the third quarter, the touchdown pass from Xander Tellez to Luke Neville. We go to the fourth. Hickory on top, 34-7. Wilmington is 4th and short when we come back on 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet.
1973, something wonderful happened in Sharpsville. That's when Lock, Stock, and Barrel opened their doors and served their first of now over 3 million giant submarine sandwiches. They still serve 42 whole subs on 15-inch buns. Lock, Stock, and Barrel also offers burgers, specialty sandwiches, wraps, gyros, salads, wings, and even breakfast. Call 724-962-5503. Lock, Stock, and Barrel, proud sponsors of the Sub of the Game and Play of the Game.
A community is more than just houses, buildings, and streets. It's the people who live and work and contribute to making life for themselves and the people around them better. Attorney Bill Motor believes in the young people who are this community's future. Attorney Bill Motor would like to say good luck, good health, and best wishes to all the players, coaches, band members, and cheerleaders in today's game and throughout the season. Attorney Bill Motor, 2500 Highland Road, Hermitage.
The fourth quarter is brought to you by Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer.
On to the fourth quarter. Wilmington has 4th down and a yard at the Hickory 12. Hounds go left to right in the 4th. Navy jerseys, white numbers and letters outlined in gold, white pants, gold stripe. Navy helmets for Wilmington. Hickory, white tops, red numbers and letters outlined in black, black pants, red stripe, white helmet. It'll be 4th down and a yard for Wilmington at the 12-yard line. Ashton Reeder under center, double wing set. He'll keep it on a sneak, gets a push from behind, and the PIAA pushes forward down to about the 10-yard line. Reeder scored on a sneak earlier, and he's converted a couple of short yardage situations. It'll be 1st and goal for Wilmington.
Yeah, he got hit. The hardest hit he took on that was from Ben Miller behind him as he just kind of pushed him across the line of scrimmage. So, yeah, it was good job by Reeder. Good job by Miller. 1st down, Wilmington.
1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Reeder making his first start at quarterback tonight. Parker Hilliard made his first start at Hickory, went 5 for 5, 99 yards. Xander Tellez, the normal starter, who'd been sick during the week, then came on. He's 5 for 6 for 159. Miller in motion, right to left, handoff, comes back to Book on a scissors play. Book cuts up the middle, Buddha Book into the end zone, touchdown Wilmington. The counter to the wing back, Buddha Book scores from 10 yards out, and Wilmington cuts it to 34-13 with 11:27 to go.
Yeah, Buddha Book, great little cut back there, and good to see certainly Wilmington, after a couple of good drives that did not result in points, rewarding themselves there, finishing that drive off and getting back on the scoreboard and, perhaps a play or two away from getting back into this game.
Drive 13 plays, 72 yards. It used 7:15. Book, who scored, will hold for James Winters. Snap back kick on the way from Winters. It is up, and it is good. He's 2 for 2, and Wilmington cuts it to 34-14. Still 11:27 to go. We'll come back with the kickoff after this on News Talk 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet.
Improvement Hotline, how can I help?
Hi, we're thinking of remodeling our kitchen.
Make your dream kitchen?
Yeah.
Yourself?
Yes?
Oh, boy.
Why?
Oh, the headaches from flooring in tight corners to why doesn't the countertop fit? The cabinets are wrong. Pulls don't match. Do we repaint or refloor? You have to rewire the outlets. Suddenly it's 6 months and you still have no kitchen?
We don't want that.
Oh, then here's who to call.
Warner's Homes and Improvements for a headache-free dream kitchen or bath. Tell us your dreams. We'll make it happen. Since 1958, Warner Homes and Improvements. Quality you can trust at warnerconstruction.com.
The fourth quarter is brought to you by Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer.
We continue with fourth quarter action. Early in the fourth, Wilmington scoring on the 10-yard Buddha Book touchdown run to make it 34-14 Hickory. Ryan Briggs, Chris Birch with you. Aaron Byro back in the studio. And 13-play, 72-yard drive. Very good, fine-looking drive from Wilmington.
No doubt about it, right. And, even if they don't, end up getting back into this game, they certainly are going to take that drive right there. A whole bunch of good teaching points right there to kind of maybe an identity builder, if you will, for the Wilmington offense right there, a drive like that.
See what Wilmington likes to do here. Winters has it teed up in the middle of the field at the 40. And the run-up sends it downfield. It's over Morrison's head. It goes into the end zone for an automatic touchback. So Hickory will start at its own 20 with 11:27 to go. Tonight, Hickory started drives at the Wilmington 40, Hickory 40, the Wilmington 38, and the Hickory 47, all resulting in touchdowns.
Yeah.
Hickory's average starting position tonight is its own 39.
Yeah.
So they certainly have won the field position battle tonight.
You've said that a couple of times at really good moments to make those points. And, there's no doubt about it that field position has had a lot to do, with Hickory being able to sort of score, not as easily, but just as, in rhythm as they have.
3 receivers to the right, Hilliard with 2 flankers outside of him. And the quick pass, it's caught by Will Ackery out at the numbers. He's the 25, giving ground, cuts back to his left, and he's out past the 30 to the 31-yard line. And on first down, the screen pass to Will Ackery takes the ball out to the 31-yard line. The 12th first down of the night for Hickory. Ackery's 4th catch for 62 yards.
Yeah, that's a quick read there by Tellez. He looks out there. He sees him out there kind of one-on-one, or in some cases even, with 2 receivers out there and only 1 defensive back, makes that quick throw, and it's just tough to bring him down before he picks up 8-10 yards.
1st and 10 at the 31. Tellez out of the shotgun. Gives it to Morrison. Morrison is hit and is going to be driven back. Carter Horkovy in there. We see Serafino also in on the stop, and Kelvin Morrison is going to suffer a short loss on the play. Will put Hickory in 2nd and long, back inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, just nowhere for him to go. The Wilmington defense obviously still playing very hard. Not going to let Morrison kind of get out and get into the open.
2nd and 12 at the 29-yard line. Three receivers to the right on the short side of the field. Tellez goes to the hard count, and Wilmington jumps into the neutral zone, and Hickory will get a quick 5. We'll now make it 2nd and 7. 5th flag of the night on Wilmington for 34 yards.
Yeah, obviously that hasn't been too much of a problem for Wilmington tonight, but that one's kind of a painful one. You're trying to get a quick 3 and out, get the football back. You make a big play on defense, and you give them 5 right back.
2nd and 7 at the 34. Tellez in the pistol with Morrison behind him. Neville wide left. Krivosh is a flanker outside of Hilliard. Tellez bobbles the handoff, keeps it now, goes off the left side. Tellez upfield to the 40. He'll be folded down at the 42-yard line, but he'll pick up the first down. So Xander Tellez, for a guy that wasn't feeling well for much of the week, has shown no ill effects.
No, he showed no ill effects. I'm not sure he bobbled that. I think him and Morrison were kind of fighting over that football. I think he put it in Morrison's gut, and Morrison wanted it. And that was kind of an interesting little moment between two teammates.
Well, young Morrison will learn that you can't always get what you want.
That's right. You go back to Morrison Motel.
Great album. Morrison Hotel.
The best.
1st and 10 at the 42. Quick screen to the right side. It's caught by Scullin. Scullin upfield across the 45 to the 48. Keaton Scullin, who's been such a weapon for Hickory over the last few years. You can tell that he's on the way back to being close to 100%. That offseason surgery last year cost him track season. Gets 6 there, but when he's 100%, I don't know if there's anybody in the county that can catch him.
Right, that's it. Right, he is an absolute jet. And, that's the surgery that he had, obviously. He's working his way back, but it's good to see him get involved right there.
2nd and 4 at the 48. 4-man front for Wilmington. Aaron Biro, I'm with Aaron. L.A. Woman being the Doors' best album.
Yeah. Although that first album, The Doors, something about that one.
9 minutes to go. Handoff goes to Kennedy. Kennedy gets to the 50 and then is stacked up by the Wilmington defense. We'll give them credit to the Wilmington 49. Like somebody may have gone the wrong direction. There were 2 linemen went right and 1 guy came to the left. I don't know if that's exactly the way it was drawn up, but Kennedy was able to elude the traffic and get 3 to the Wilmington 49. Hickory, 2 of 3 on 3rd downs tonight. I think that's part of the story, too. They've not been in many 3rd down situations.
No, that's right. Yeah.
3rd and a yard just past midfield. 3 receivers to the right. Tellez gets the snap, and he will keep it. Trying to get around right in, trying to outrun Horkovy. Horkovy gets a hold of him and brings him down right near the down marker. We'll see where Tellez is marked out. From here, it's straight on from where we are. Looks like he's a hair short. No? We'll give him the first down. So he was able to tightrope the sideline and get the first down. So Hickory converts on 3rd and short as Tellez takes it to the Wilmington 48.
Yeah, just good determination there by Tellez to find the yard to gain. I like the way he plays. He's like tall, thin quarterback. He just has a lot of guts, a lot of grit to him.
1st and 10 at the 48, and the handoff will go to Kennedy into the middle of the line.
Handoff to number 2, Shane Kennedy.
Kennedy gets 3 to the 45, brings up 2nd down and 7. Game over on Sports Radio 96.7 midway through the 4th. Grove City leading Sharon 14-6.
14-6, touchdown Homan to Greer. And boy, what a big game that is, and not disappointing.
2nd and 8 at the 46 for Hickory. Moving right to left in the 4th quarter towards the scoreboard end. Tellez out of the shotgun, back to pass, throwing it downfield, incomplete. Had a man open, Cousin, but threw it behind him, and a rare misfire tonight for the Hickory passing attack. It will be 3rd and 8. Hornet quarterbacks are now 12 of 14 tonight.
Wow. Yeah, give Maverick Whiting a little bit of credit there. He was really bearing down hard on Xander Tellez and just didn't let him set his feet and throw the pass he wanted to.
3rd and 8 upcoming for Hickory. Hornets converted on 3rd and a yard a little bit ago. This one seemingly a little bit more difficult. 2 receivers to either side. Tellez in the shotgun. Back to pass. Tellez looking. Hit. Gets away from it. Throwing the ball downfield. Looking for Krivosh, who makes the catch, but he's out of bounds.
Yeah.
Or are they going to rule him in?
Wow. Okay.
Somehow Timmy Krivosh got a foot inside the 20 at the 18. I am not sure how he pulled that off down to the 17-yard line.
Wow, yeah.
Gain of 29 for Krivosh, who's been a home run hitter. Let's looking at the replay here.
Yeah, no comment.
Yeah, I don't know. We're going to zoom in here. We have a bit of time. But a Krivosh who's been a home run hitter all season long. And, well, we still didn't get a good look at it. I mean, either way, it goes for a first down. Krivosh's first catch of the night.
Great effort, though. That's the one thing. No matter, whether the call was right or not, what a great effort. Rewarded for the effort.
Down to the 17. It's a gain of 29. First down and 10. The handoff goes to Kelvin Morrison off the left side, and there's Maverick Whiting to track him down for a pickup of a yard to the 16-yard line. Hickory, by the way, is back into the McCandless Ford red zone. McCandless Ford, Mercer, and Meadville. Coming up on the 7-minute mark, this will be the 11th play of the drive, a drive that's used over 4 minutes. And look at the replay. Yep, he did get a foot in.
All
so
right.
we stand
awesome.
corrected.
Good, yeah.
Krivosh has had a couple of that's his shortest catch of the year, by the way. He's had a 65-yarder and an 80-yarder. That one only 29 yards on third down. But a great catch for a guy who's had a big night tonight, especially on defense. Telez fakes the handoff to Morrison, and he is going to be tripped up by Horkovy. Telez keeps his feet, and then Ben Miller comes up to bring him down. Pickup of maybe half a yard on the play. It will put Hickory in another 3rd and 9. There's under 6:25 to go. This drive has used 5 minutes of clock.
Yeah, this is pretty much exactly what the doctor ordered, right, for Hickory, just trying to milk the clock and, not leave Wilmington with enough time to get back into this game.
3rd and 9 at the 16. Hilliard is a wing to the left. Neville wide left. Scullin slot right. Kennedy is the back. Play clock down to 5. Down to 3 seconds. And Hickory will take a timeout. Hornets take time. 5:52 to go. 34-14 Hickory with the lead. Hornets will have 3rd down and 9 when we come back. You're listening to high school football on News Talk 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet.
Unlock your business potential with Hermitage Minuteman Press. From eye-catching designs to professional printing, Hermitage Minuteman Press are your local experts. Boost your brand with stunning business cards, brochures, banners, apparel, and more. The Hermitage Minuteman Press team ensures top-quality results with lightning-fast turnaround. Plus, their marketing solutions will take you to the next level. Elevate your image and stand out from the competition. Experience excellence in printing and marketing at Minuteman Press today. Minuteman Press, 3170 East State Street in Hermitage. Online at hermitage.minutemanpress.com or follow them on Facebook. Mention this ad and receive 10% off your first order.
The fourth quarter is brought to you by Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer. Gutter installer.
Back here at Wilmington High School, Ryan Briggs, Chris Birch with you. Aaron Byro back in the studio producing our game tonight. Don't forget, after the game, we'll have the Reinhardt's and Shorts player of the game and the Lock, Stock, and Barrel play of the game. And then we'll have Aaron and Art Shannon with their Warner's Homes and Improvements 5th quarter scoreboard show until 11 o'clock tonight. 3rd and 9 from the 16. Telez out of the shotgun, rolling right. Whiting pursuing him. On the run, Telez pass downfield. Incomplete. A one-hopper intended for Tylon Cousin along the far sideline. It's 4th down, and will the field goal team come out? We see Lucas Jones drifting over, and yes, the field goal unit will come out.
Yeah, certainly, not 3 points that's probably going to decide this game one way or the other, but get your kicker out there in this situation, a long field goal attempt, and get your kicking unit some live action.
This will be a 33-yard attempt from just inside the near left hash mark. Jones, 9 career field goals. Kicked a 31-yarder against Harbor Creek this year. Krivosh will hold. They had problems on the hold on the last extra point attempt. And the kick is on the way. It's good, but Wilmington jumped off sides. Chase Mitchell-Tree with a head start. So they'll have to retry it now from the 11-yard line, making it 4th and 4.
Again, we always kind of talk about how the high school rules are kind of catching up to the college and pro rules. You almost wonder there. Hickory does everything perfect, makes that kick, and then they get punished because Wilmington jumped off sides. That's where I don't like the dead ball, on the offsides.
Now the field goal team will come off, and the offense will come back out on 4th and 4 at the 11. It just they made the change with the penalty enforcement this year, and there were so many rules that were just very antiquated.
Yeah.
And high school football, in a lot of cases, really resembles college and pros now. It's more wide open.
Right.
There's more passing, more spread. Not everywhere, not all the time, but it's a lot more in line with that.
Right.
And Hickory offense now will come back out for this 4th and 4 play. Kennedy in motion right to left. Turn, fake toss. Tellez keeps it. Student body left. Finds a crease. Tellez to the 5. Book had him by the legs, and then Tellez is pancaked down by one of the Wilmington linemen. Is coming through with a full head of steam was Jacob Coulter, the 270-pounder. Tellez gets the first down, but he paid the price for that one.
Yeah, he picked up the first down, and showed a lot of heart and guts there, but paid a price, but
he was probably thinking we should have kicked. But he picks up 9, 1st and goal at the 2. 5:23 to go here in the 4th. 14th play of the drive upcoming, a drive that's used 6.5 minutes. Stack eye behind Tellez. The deep back is Scullin, and he'll get the handoff. Keenan Scullin off the left side, and Keenan Scullin dives across the goal line. He is in for the touchdown with 5:07 to go. That caps a 14-play, 80-yard drive that uses 6 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah, just exactly what you would want to do with a 3-score lead. You get the football and you chew up almost the better part of the 4th quarter clock, and you cap it off with a touchdown. Just about a perfect drive to cap this game off for the Hickory Hornets.
If you're Hickory, you have to be pleased to know here in this 4th quarter where you need a drive to put away a game, you got it.
You got it, right. No doubt about it. And, people are going to look at this score, even if there's another score one way or the other here in the last part of this game. This game was not necessarily the blowout that the score would indicate. So that's a very satisfying drive there for the Hornets to put this one away.
Jones' extra point is good. 41-14, Hickory with the lead. 5:07 to go. We'll come back with the kickoff on News Talk 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet.
My car does more than take me from here to there, and I expect my insurance to do more too. That's why I chose my agent and Erie Insurance. They offer first accident forgiveness and the service I deserve at a price I can afford.
Your Erie agent in Hermitage is Reinhardt's Insurance. Get a quote at 724-342-2291.
Erie Insurance services are provided by one or more of the following insurers: Erie Insurance Company, Erie Insurance Property and Casualty Company, or Flagship City Insurance Company, home offices Erie, Pennsylvania, or Erie Insurance Company of New York, home offices Rochester, New York, an equal opportunity insurer.
The 4th quarter is brought to you by Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer.
Kickoff upcoming for Hickory. Hornets, a 14-play, 80-yard drive that used 6:20, 41-14. Hickory has the lead. Hornets now 385 total yards tonight, averaging 10 yards a play. 1 week after Sharon snuffed out the Hickory offense, and I think what that really illustrates how good the Sharon defense is, because this is a very diverse offense. They have so many guys that can hurt you. They have it's not necessarily a veteran offensive line, sophomores and juniors, but a physical, skilled offensive line. This Hickory team would have to be a real headache to try to prepare for, with all the different things they can do, X and O wise.
No question.
And personnel wise, of course.
Personnel. That's in particular. But that, and certainly you look at that Sharon win last week against this Hickory team. That could loom large. Sharon just tied the score up against Grove City late in that game, 14-14 with 2:27 to go.
Lucas Jones the kickoff. Sends it downfield, and Ben Miller will field it at his 12-yard line. Miller up the middle to the 30, to the 35. Miller cuts back to his right. Miller to midfield and brought down from behind. Ben Miller, over 700 all-purpose yards on the season coming in. Adds 38 more to the ledger, a run back to midfield, and that's where Wilmington will put it in play with 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
Boy, he is a handful, isn't he? Imagine trying to tackle that dude. I mean, he just gets ahead of steam, makes a cutback, doesn't lose any speed when he makes a cut. And he's, he just kind of stalks around like he's angry all the time, like all the great ones seem to do. And, that's he's a special player, no question about that.
Ball just past midfield, in the middle of the field at the 49-yard line. Miller wing right. He goes in deep motion. Turn, give to Mitchell-Tree. Mitchell-Tree up the middle. Chase Mitchell-Tree to the 45.
And off to number 23, Chase Mitchell.
Gain of 4 for Mitchell-Tree. It'll be 2nd and 6 upcoming for Wilmington. This 2A race, of course, Farrell getting a hard-fought 28-12 win over Greenville. A lot of people, I think, thought that would have been a much wider margin. Trojans have been playing people tough.
Yeah.
And they're going to get somebody here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Then, of course, Sharpsville 3-0 coming into tonight, taking on Slippery Rock. Farrell, this Wilmington team, this is a good Wilmington team.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously, Farrell and then Sharpsville in that order.
2nd and 6, toss to Miller around right end. Miller upfield along the numbers of the 40. Breaks a tackle from Hilliard. Miller down to about the 31-yard line. James Dotson giving us another update that Chris will inform us on momentarily. I presume it was an update.
Yeah.
And we have a Hickory man down. That's Sean Kennedy.
Oh, boy.
Which that is, hopefully it is nothing. Hopefully it's not too serious as he's starting to get up now. But, of course, Kennedy last year played much of the season with his right forearm with that big cast on it. And Kennedy is walking off under his own, which is a good sign. They've just got the wind knocked out of him, perhaps, but he'll be out for one play. Pick up a 14 for Ben Miller. Came in as Mercer County's leading rusher on the season.
Yeah.
Miller with 488 yards coming in. He's now over 600 for the season, 122 tonight.
Wow.
So, any updates for us?
Yeah,
Chris?
just again that if you missed the last one, 14-14. Sharon Bishop Root intercepting Grove City pass, taking it all the way to the 1. They punched it in on the next play, and then the 2-point conversion. So that one is 14-14 with about 2.5 minutes to go. Neshannock is now up on Western Beaver 27-20. So the Lancers looking to pick up a big win there.
Is the Western Beaver Golden Beaver mascot there tonight? That's the big question. James Dotson is watching to see if he's there.
Yes.
Maybe he only works on Saturday afternoons down in Industry. 1st and 10 at the 31. The give is to Mitchell-Tree on a buck trap up the middle. Across the 25 to the 24. Mitchell-Tree picks up 7 more. 52 yards on 11 carries for him now. And of course, in 2A, the team not in our area, but I think we have to mention Mercyhurst Prep.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Farrell's the team until they're beaten, but it's going to take a heck of an effort to beat that Mercyhurst team.
Well, how about, you look at Slippery Rock beating Greenville. Greenville playing everybody tough, and Mercyhurst Prep absolutely dispatching Slippery Rock. So, I mean, that lets you know right there, Mercyhurst Prep is elite.
2nd and 3 at the 24. Book goes in motion, gets a tosser on the left side, and he's going to be brought down on the far side. Short loss on the play for Buddha Book as Tylon Cousin, the cornerback there to make the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and 4 now at the 25-yard line as we're under 3 minutes to go in this one. So Wilmington will drop to 2-2 overall, 1-2 in league play.
Yeah.
Hickory's going to go to 3-1 and get to 1-1 in conference play.
Yeah.
The Hornets have a game of some significance next week. Home, Farrell.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Wilmington will be at Sharon. 3rd and 4 at 25. Gives to Mitchell-Tree off right guard.
That reminds me of the quote by Coach Dungy in my pregame interview when he said there's no rest for the weary in this region. And the next 2 opponents for these 2 teams certainly bear that one out.
Yeah, Hickory upcoming. Farrell at home at Slippery Rock. That's no picnic.
No.
And then home to Grove City. And then finishing league play at Greenville, at Sharpsville on a Saturday night.
Okay. Yeah, there's just no. I mean,
Wilmington gets Sharon and Farrell back-to-back. And then non-league game, General McLean.
Oh, boy.
4th and 3 at the 24. Handoff comes to Miller on a counter from wing right. Has the 1st down and more around left end of the 15. And Phillips will knock him out of bounds near the 10-yard line. Miller on 4th and 3 takes the ball into the McCandless Ford red zone. And Wilmington will have 1st and 10 from just outside the 10 with 1:33 to go in the 4th quarter.
I just had a flashback there. Miller wearing number 26, running that play, running guys over. Looking a little bit like Chris Burns from the good old days of Coach Varelli's era here. And, yeah.
Of course, Coach Varelli back on the coaching staff this year.
I had a funny exchange with him. I asked him how he enjoyed. Oh, I enjoy everything about this except camp. He goes, 6 hours in the sun is too much these days.
He ain't wrong.
No.
1st and 10 from the 11. Reeder back to pass, throwing it into the end zone, incomplete. Intended for Miller. Coverage out there by Krivosh. It'll be 2nd down and 10 upcoming. Clock stops with 1:29 to go. Update on that in the Shannock game for our Lawrence County viewers and listeners. 27-26. Western Beavers scored, and Western Beavers going to go for 2 and the win, and they're not going to get it. They botched the snap, so Shannock clings to a 1-point lead. We saw Neshannock in week 1 against Sharon.
Yeah. We didn't know how good Sharon was at that time, right? We thought, maybe Neshannock's down a little bit, but no. That was just an indication of things to come here for Sharon.
2nd 10 from the 11. Toss goes to Buddha Book, and Book tracked down from behind by Parker Hilliard. Book takes the ball to the 5, and now Hilliard is down and not getting up. He's kind of clutching at his back as he is prone on the artificial turf here at Wilmington. So that will stop the clock with 1:18 to go. Parker Hilliard, who was really one of the great stories tonight, getting the start, leading 2 touchdown drives early on.
Yeah.
And now he's getting to his feet, and he'll have to come out for a play. Hopefully he is okay.
Yeah, you hate to see something like that with the lower back, because that's one of those ones that can kind of haunt you the rest of the year.
You'll know maybe where the pads came up or go down, maybe just, you get a heel or something catching you right back there.
Yeah.
But he's going to walk off on his own, so that's certainly a good sign. And we have a timeout on the field also with 1:18 to go. We'll take a 30-second break. Wilmington looking to punch one in here before the end of the 4th quarter. We'll be back after this on 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet.
Home Improvement Hotline, how can I help?
Hi, we're thinking of remodeling our kitchen.
Make your dream kitchen?
Yeah.
Yourself?
Yes?
Oh, boy.
Why?
Oh, the headaches from flooring in tight corners to why doesn't the countertop fit? The cabinets are wrong. Pulls don't match. Do we repaint or refloor? You have to rewire the outlets. Suddenly it's 6 months and you still have no kitchen?
We don't want that.
Oh, then here's who to call.
Warner's Homes and Improvements. For a headache-free dream kitchen or bath, tell us your dreams. We'll make it happen. Since 1958, Warner Homes and Improvements. Quality you can trust at warnerconstruction.com.
The 4th quarter is brought to you by Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer.
Back here at Wilmington, Ryan Briggs, Chris Birch with you as we trudge towards the finish line. 3rd down and 4 for Wilmington at the Hickory 5. Wilmington taking the timeout with 1:18 to go. Or was it Hickory that took the timeout? Scoreboard says Hickory took it.
Yeah, they did.
1:18 left. Ashton Reeder under center. Give goes to Chase Mitchell Tree up the middle. Needed to get to the 1 for the 1st down, and they'll mark him down at the 2. King, freshman outside linebacker on the tackle. You know, Coach Dungy, in talking to him before the season, he was really excited about this freshman group they have.
Yeah.
And we've seen between Morrison and King and Phillips, and they are freshmen, but the only reason you know that is because it says so on the roster.
Right.
And the gain is enough for the 1st down, so 1st and goal at the 1. Miller in motion, tossed by Reeder, give to Miller, crashes into the line. Ben Miller, is he in?
I don't think so.
Line judge says, let's take a look. Said to stop the clock. So it's stopped with 54 seconds to go. They unpile them and say short.
Okay.
Now the clock will resume. Hickory in command, but Wilmington looking to get one on the board here in the closing moments. Double tight set. Actually, it's a single tight end with Zahetner wide to the right. Reeder under center, keeps it on a sneak. He is stacked up, spins, corkscrewing in, and he's in. Touchdown, Ashton Reeder. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And Wilmington gets on the board with 31 seconds to go. An 11-play, 49-yard drive.
Yeah, great job there by the great push by the offensive line. Reeder punching it in, and Wilmington, a little something to get some momentum into the next game.
Winters on to attempt the extra point. Buddha Book will hold. Now we have a flag thrown by the back judge. And I'm not sure what the penalty is. But we'll have a discussion, and George Snyder will tell us what the infraction is. They have too many guys out there, perhaps. We'll see. Now we'll come over and ask Brandon Fillion if they want it on the kickoff or on the conversion. If the margin or if the outcome were in doubt, they'd take it here. But dead ball penalty, unsportsmanlike on Hickory. So somebody apparently did something that they should not have, and that's going to get the dander of head coach Bill Dungy up.
Right, particularly with the time and score being what they are. He definitely does not want to see that.
So Winters will attempt the extra point, then the kickoff will come from the Hickory 45. Snap a little high. Book puts it down. Kick is up. And the PAT is good. James Winters, 3 for 3. That makes it 41-21 Hickory. 31 seconds to go. Back with the finish on News Talk 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet.
Mancino's Driving School can give you your driver's test? That's right. Mancino's Driving School provides an approved Pennsylvania Department of Education certified driving course as well as behind-the-wheel training. Mancino's Driving School offers one-on-one, on-the-road driving lessons 7 days a week with day and evening hours. They use only certified driving instructors that have undergone extensive background investigation. For details or more information on adult training, go online to mancinosdrivingschool.com.
The fourth quarter is brought to you by Shell Restoration, the area's #1 roofing, siding, windows, and gutter installer.
Wilmington to kick off with 31 seconds to go. The kick will come from the Hickory 45-yard line. Ryan Briggs, Chris Birch with you. Aaron Bybro back in the studio. Aaron's getting the vocal cords warmed up for the Warner's Homes and Improvements fifth quarter scoreboard show. He and Art Shannon will be going until 11 o'clock tonight here on 790 WPIC and Sports Radio 96.7. Again, special thanks to our good buddy James Dotson and the Lawrence County SportsNet. Rob Nattell and Darren Heberlin. They've done yeoman's work down there. Done a great job out there.
Yeah, Aaron and company going to have a lot to talk about on the fifth quarter show. Lots of great games, interesting action tonight as the region races, starting to take a little bit of shape now. I always like kind of making that turn.
So next week you'd have Hickory at 1-1 going to Farrell, who's 2-0 in the league. Grove City 1-1 going down to Slippery Rock next week. They'll leave with Sharpsville, Greenville, which is the oldest rivalry in Mercer County. That's next week. Dates back to 1905.
Wow.
Winters will kick off from the 45. And this one will nearly go over the crossbar between the uprights. Goes out of the back of the end zone. In Canada, he'd get a point. Alas, we are in New Wilmington, Pennsylvania. 31 seconds to go. Hickory will have the ball on the touchback. If he kicked the ball that way towards the baseball field, he would have gone into Mercer County. The county line is.
Right, yes.
Remember a few years ago when Greenville played the opener here. I think it was the COVID season, and we were here. So Greenville warmed up down there because Wilmington did their senior night thing on opening night. So it was like if one team warmed up in another county and came up and played, or came down and played.
Right. Yeah, I remember that. It was a kind of where is Greenville? Oh, we see him way off in the distance there.
They're down on the baseball field, and Hickory will take a knee. So Xander Tellez came out of the bullpen tonight. Parker Hillier started, passed the baton off to Tellez. And the Hickory Hornets are going to go to 3-1 here in the 2023 season. A well-earned 41-21 win tonight here at Wilmington. Chris, the Hickory Hornets, they are a team to be reckoned with, no doubt.
They sure are. And, you think about that, that 3A race, obviously Sharon got them last week, but we haven't heard the last of the Hickory Hornets in that 3A race. They're a really good team.
Of course, Grove City will have to go to Hickory also this year.
Wow.
And if Hickory won at Grove City last year, so that race shaping up, the whole region race is going to be a lot of fun here in 2023. Hickory Hornets get the win. We'll be back with a full post game after this on 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet.
Landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. A synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, smell it, or taste it. Know the dangers.
Contact Mercer County Behavioral Health, Inc. in Mercer, PA at 724-662-2230 or visit cdc.gov/stop overdose. Brought to you by the Hermitage PA Rotary Club and the Mercer County Opioid Settlement Fund.
A community is more than just houses, buildings, and streets. It's the people who live and work and contribute to making life for themselves and the people around them better. Attorney Bill Motor believes in the young people who are this community's future. Attorney Bill Motor would like to say good luck, good health, and best wishes to all the players, coaches, band members, and cheerleaders in today's game and throughout the season. Attorney Bill Motor, 2500 Highland Road, Hermitage.
In 1973, something wonderful happened in Sharpsville. That's when Lock, Stock, and Barrel opened their doors and served their first of now over 3 million giant submarine sandwiches. They still serve 42 whole subs on 15-inch buns. Lock, Stock, and Barrel also offers burgers, specialty sandwiches, wraps, gyros, salads, wings, and even breakfast. Call 724-962-5503. Lock, Stock, and Barrel, proud sponsors of the Sub of the Game and Play of the Game.
Home Improvement Hotline, how can I help?
Hi, we're thinking of remodeling our kitchen.
Make your dream kitchen?
Yeah.
Yourself?
Yes?
Oh, boy.
Why?
Oh, the headaches from flooring in tight corners to why doesn't the countertop fit? The cabinets are wrong. Pulls don't match. Do we repaint or refloor? You have to rewire the outlets. Suddenly it's 6 months and you still have no kitchen?
We don't want that.
Oh, then here's who to call.
Warner's Homes and Improvements. For a headache-free dream kitchen or bath, tell us your dreams. We'll make it happen. Since 1958, Warner Homes and Improvements. Quality you can trust at WarnerConstruction.com.
The Fifth Quarter Show is brought to you by Reinhardt's Insurance. Insurance solutions to help you accomplish your goals. And now, proud sponsors of the Player of the Game.
Well, we will have the Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game and the Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game here in our post-game. Hickory, a winner tonight, 41-21 over Wilmington. Ryan Briggs and Chris Birch with you. We'll have our awards, we'll have the scoring recap, stats, and much, much more as the post-game continues from New Wilmington after this on 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet.
Thanks for coming in. How can we help you?
I'm just having a hard time. I don't know what you can do. No one understands.
Just coming here was a great step. Now that you're here, let's figure out what your next step will be. We'll work on it together.
Community Counseling Center of Mercer County offers care for adults, children, and families. Our mission is to help individuals and families live healthy and fulfilling lives. Community Counseling Center of Mercer County, 724-981-7141 or cccmer.org.
The drug landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. A synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, smell it, or taste it. Know the dangers.
Contact Mercer County Behavioral Health, Inc. in Mercer, PA at 724-662-2230 or visit cdc.gov/stop overdose. Brought to you by the Hermitage PA Rotary Club and the Mercer County Opioid Settlement Fund.
How well do you know your insurance company?
Well, I know I pay each month, and I'm covered.
Okay, are you sure you have the best rates? Do you have the right coverage for your needs? Are you paying for things you don't need?
Well, I haven't actually talked to my agent. I just assumed...
Talk to a real person. Talk to someone local and see the difference.
Mailer Insurance is local. Mailer Insurance lives where you do. And we'll give you the coverage you need and nothing you don't at a fair price. And they are always here to talk. Mailer Insurance in Sharpsville or at mailerinsurance.com, a Reinhardt's Agency Incorporated affiliate.
Wouldn't you love to have this pharmacy experience? You pull up and park close to the door, walk a short distance to the counter, have the pharmacist greet you by name, wait just a short time for your prescription, receive time to discuss your questions with the pharmacist, and still pay the same copay as you would at a large chain store. This service is available at your fingertips at the Medicine Shop Pharmacy located at 1740 East State Street in Hermitage. Call us at 724-983-8451.
When you're a grower, you know what it takes to thrive in the field. My bank understands and respects that. When you've got a financial partner working alongside you, it makes the days a little easier and the numbers all add up. My bank is experienced when it comes to agriculture. My family's been doing business with them for a long time. I'm independent, and so is my bank.
Mercer County State Bank. Member FDIC. Your community bank. Online at mcsbank.bank.
The drug landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. A synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, smell it, or taste it. Know the dangers.
Contact Mercer County Behavioral Health, Inc. in Mercer, PA at 724-662-2230 or visit cdc.gov/stop overdose. Brought to you by the Hermitage PA Rotary Club and the Mercer County Opioid Settlement Fund.
The Fifth Quarter Show is brought to you by Reinhardt's Insurance. Insurance solutions to help you accomplish your goals. And now, proud sponsors of the Player of the Game.
Up to you. The guy in the gold shirt's got it.
We will have the Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game and Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game in our final segment. But first, it's time for the stats and scoring recap in this one. Hickory a winner tonight, 41-21 over Wilmington. I'm Ryan Briggs. Chris Birch will be rejoining me in a few minutes. He's waiting downstairs for Hickory head coach Bill Dungy as he's addressing his team after the victory tonight here at Wilmington. Hickory took the opening kickoff, and after Will Ackery's return to the Wilmington 46 plays later, Sean Kennedy, 2-yard touchdown run. Lucas Jones the extra point to make it 7-0. Hickory with the lead. Hickory pushed the lead to 14-0 at 4:04 of the first quarter. Tylon Cousin, 16-yard catch from Parker Hilliard, who got the start tonight at quarterback with Xander Tellez, the regular starter, under the weather for a good portion of the week. 5 plays, 60 yards on the drive. Lucas Jones' extra point made it 14-0. Wilmington gets on the board with 36 seconds to go in the first quarter. Ashton Reeder, 1-yard run on a sneak. 6 plays, 65 yards on the drive. James Winters, the PAT, and it was 14-7. Hickory scored twice in the second quarter, however. Will Ackery, 43-yard touchdown catch from Tellez, capping a 1-play, 38-yard drive. 12 seconds the time of possession. Jones, the extra point, made it 21-7. And then with 2:38 to go in the half, Hickory took a timeout before starting a drive at its own 27. Hornets came out, quick screen to Ackery, who lateraled the ball to Kelvin Morrison. Morrison goes 73 yards for the touchdown. Jones' extra point made it 28-7. Third quarter, the only scoring, Luke Neville, wide open in the end zone, caught a 35-yard touchdown pass from Tellez. Extra point no good due to problems with the snap, and it was 34-7, Hickory with the lead. In the fourth quarter, Buddha Book opened the scoring for Wilmington, scoring from 10 yards out. The 11:27 mark to cap a 13-play, 72-yard drive, made it 34-14. Hickory, its final touchdown came with 5:07 left. Keenan Scullin, a 2-yard run, punctuating a 14-play, 80-yard drive that used 6:20 of fourth quarter clock. And then Wilmington gets on the board with a half minute to go. Ashton Reeder, 1-yard sneak, his second of the night. Winters' PAT made it 41-21. Team numbers for Hickory tonight: 81 rushing yards, 304 passing yards. The Hornets had the Hornets had 385 passing yards, or 385 total yards, on 39 plays, an average of nearly 10 yards per play. Hickory with 16 first downs. Wilmington 248 rushing yards, 17 through the air, 265 yards on 55 plays, and Wilmington finished the game with 14 first downs. Individual numbers for Hickory: starting quarterback Parker Hilliard went 5 of 5 for 99 yards and a touchdown. Xander Tellez came on, went 8 of 11 for 205 yards and 3 touchdowns. Tellez, the leading rusher, 8 carries, 27 yards. Sean Kennedy, 5 carries for 26. Kelvin Morrison, 6 carries for 18 yards. Ackery had a 5-yard run. Hilliard, a 3-yard run. Scullin ran for 2 yards, and that went for a touchdown. Ackery, 4 catches, 62 yards. Tylon Cousin, 3 catches for 66. Morrison, 2 receptions. He finishes the game with 100 receiving yards, thanks in large part due to the hook and lateral. Luke Neville, 2 catches, 41 yards. Timmy Krivosh, a 29-yard catch along the sideline. And Scullin had 1 catch for 6 yards. On the Wilmington side, quarterback Ashton Reeder made his first start. He went 1 for 4 for 17 yards. That was a 17-yard completion to Buddha Book. Ben Miller, Mercer County's leading rusher, he did nothing to hurt that stat. 135 yards tonight on 21 carries. Chase Mitchelltree, 14 carries for 57 yards. Buddha Book, 10 carries for 36. And Reeder ran it 6 times for 20 yards and 2 touchdowns. Penalties: Hickory 7 for 60 yards. Wilmington 6 penalties, 39 yards. We did not have a turnover tonight. No fumbles lost, no interceptions. Wilmington 30-41 to 17-19 edge in time of possession. Hickory 4 of 6 on third down, 1 of 1 on fourth down. Wilmington went 4 of 11 on third down and 2 of 4 on fourth down. Hickory gets the win, 41-21. The Hornets go to 3-1 overall and 1-1 in league play. Wilmington drops to 2-2 overall, and the Hounds are now 1-2 in Region 3 play. Again, Hickory led 14-7 after 1, 28-7 at the half, 34-7 after 3. Your final tonight, 41-14. We will take, 41-21, I'm sorry. Yeah, James Dotson had to correct me. I have it right in front of me in big font. 41-21 was our final. Oh, it's been a long day. It was a long night. We're going to take one last break. When we come back, we'll send it down to the field. Chris Birch with Bill Dungy, and we'll have our post-game awards here on 790 WPIC and Lawrence County SportsNet.
Thanks for coming in. How can we help you?
I'm just having a hard time. I don't know what you can do. No one understands.
Just coming here was a great step. Now that you're here, let's figure out what your next step will be. We'll work on it together.
Community Counseling Center of Mercer County offers care for adults, children, and families. Our mission is to help individuals and families live healthy and fulfilling lives. Community Counseling Center of Mercer County, 724-981-7141 or cccmer.org.
The drug landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. A synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, smell it, or taste it. Know the dangers.
Contact Mercer County Behavioral Health, Inc. in Mercer, PA at 724-662-2230 or visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose. Brought to you by the Hermitage PA Rotary Club and the Mercer County Opioid Settlement Fund.
How well do you know your insurance company?
Well...
Briggs here. We have Chris Birch down on the field, and he is with Hickory head coach Bill Dungy.
Yeah, Briggsy, I'm down here with victorious Hickory head coach Bill Dungy. And, Coach, again, it was just kind of a great effort. You came out, first 2 possessions of the game, precision-like execution, took control of the game. You just had to love the way your offense answered, after last week.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It was a rough week of practice. I really got on them because, as I said last week, I felt like, especially early in the game, we just let opportunities go just by lack of execution, not taking anything away from the opponent, but we saw things on film where we just didn't execute. Our Coach Frank said it was 10 guys doing the right thing, 1 guy doing the wrong thing. And that was our big thing all week long. Started on Monday. Let's get back to execution. Parker Hilliard did a phenomenal job. Come in, he throws the snag route right on time, just leading that group. That's what a senior does. And then Xander picked up from there. But, yeah, couldn't be more prouder than them. Was able to run the ball and pass the ball. And when we're able to run the ball, that play action is even more deadly. So.
Right. I was just going to say, Xander Tellez, our player of the game, you had to love the way he kind of, like you said, almost had the week off of practice, yes. Came in and then just managed the game and made some big plays in the second half.
Yeah, and he was pushing me, Coach, I'm good to start. But I told him, I said, just trust me. When you miss practice, it takes a little bit to get in the rhythm, and I didn't want us to start slow, and he did a great job. He just trusts me on it. I told him to trust me, and him and Parker are good friends, so he trusted Parker. Even when I told him you're going in third drive, Xander came over and said, Parker's rolling, let him stay. I said, no, we're good. Just trust me on it. We'll be fine. But, yeah, Xander does a great job. He was locked in, did a really good job of trusting the calls there.
You told me before the game that you really were focused on, we don't want guys, tackling Miller one-on-one. I give your team an A. It was like every time he touched the ball, even when he picked up a few yards, there was always 4 or 5 white shirts there to tackle him.
I tell you what, I told Miller after the game, man, he's a stud. Yeah. He said you have to, because one guy's not going to tackle him. He's a low, but he has great vision. He has quickness in and out of the hole. He's a really good player. But, yeah, we knew we had to swarm him and get there. He still made his plays, especially on kickoff. We didn't want to kick him the ball. But he still made his plays. But hats off to our defense. They did a really good job in stopping a hard Hounds offense that's every week is hard to stop.
Right.
Coach, I'll let you get going. I know you got a bunch of stuff to do, but what a great bounce-back win for your team on the road. Big region win, and like you said in the pregame, no rest for the wicked. Got a tough one again next week.
Yeah, my alma mater is coming to town next week, so we're going to enjoy this one for the next 2 days, and then Sunday coaches will get together and start planning for that beast coming next Friday. So thanks again.
All right, you got it, Coach.
Yes,
Congratulations. Sir. Thanks. Yep. All right, Briggsy, back up to you.
All right, thank you very much, Chris Birch, down on the field with Hickory coach Bill Dungy. Here in our postgame, Coach Dungy's team, a 41-21 win tonight over the Wilmington Greyhounds. And it's time now for our postgame awards. We'll start off with the one that, there's not a whole lot of surprise left on it, and that is the Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game Award. And certainly we had a lot of choices, especially on the Hickory side, with what Sean Kennedy did, Timmy Krivosh defensively, Will Ackery offense, and on special teams, Parker Hilliard 5 for 5, 99 yards and a touchdown. But tonight, Reinhardt's Insurance is pleased to present the Player of the Game award to Hickory junior quarterback Xander Tellez, 8 of 11, 205 yards, 3 touchdowns, also a team-high 27 rushing yards on 8 carries. And in conjunction with News Talk 790 WPIC, Reinhardt's Insurance is proud to honor Xander Tellez of Hickory for being named the Player of the Game. He has received a customized T-shirt courtesy of 2 J's and a B in Hermitage for being named the Player of the Game. Money will also be placed into a scholarship fund in the name of Xander Tellez. At the end of the 2023-2024 sports season, one area student-athlete will be awarded the Reinhardt's Insurance Student-Athlete Scholarship. For more details, go online to 790WPIC.com. Congratulations to Xander Tellez of Hickory. He is tonight's Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game. The Reinhardt's Insurance Player of the Game is powered by Landmark Information Services. Chris Birch has made his way back up here. Chris, a lot of great choices tonight on both sides, especially for Hickory. Xander Tellez, he didn't start, but boy, he sure finished things tonight for Hickory.
Yeah, he sure did. He came in and, kind of got off to, just kind of managing the game a little bit early, but then just, made a couple of plays that broke the game open. And I love the little exchange that I had with Coach Dungy about how Coach said on the third possession, "All right, Xander, you're in there." He said, "No way. Parker's rolling. Let him stay." And he in there made a switch, but that's that tells you kind of the dynamic of those two as the two quarterbacks, and they trust their coach. They trust each other. That was a great little exchange. But yeah, Tellez was terrific, and will need to be terrific and will be for this team moving forward.
And now for our final award, it is the Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game, brought to you by Lock, Stock, and Barrel in Sharpsville. And again, a lot of big plays tonight, offensively and on special teams. Not a lot defensively. No takeaways tonight for either team. Yeah. In fact, I don't know, did we have I don't know if we had one sack. Carter Horkovy and Maverick Whiting split a sack for Wilmington. But tonight, a lot of choices, but play that really put Hickory in control. 2:38 to go in the second quarter. Kelvin Morrison, 73-yard touchdown pass on the hook and lateral. Hickory loves to run it. They ran it with Keenan Scullin a couple years ago down at Sharon on a Saturday night. Tonight, coming out of a timeout, as a basketball coach, coming out of a timeout, you run that special play, you get a basket. In this case, they get a 6-pointer, if you will. But Morrison got the quick flip from Ackery, and he got in the open, and they were not going to catch him.
No, that was it, right. That was a great play, great call. We talked about how last year Wilmington had a couple of trick plays, in that 1-point win against Hickory. So Hickory kind of sealing the deal in this game with a great trick play, well executed, exciting. And like you said, there was no looking back from that moment on.
The Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game, Xander Tellez to Will Ackery to Kelvin Morrison. The hook and lateral, 73 yards officially. The touchdown gave Hickory a 28-7 lead with 2:38 to go in the second quarter. Hornets go on to the win, 41-21. That will now be entered into our Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Year competition. At the end of the season, we will recognize one of our plays of the game as a Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Year. So congratulations to the Hickory trio, most notably Kelvin Morrison. His 73-yard touchdown is the Lock, Stock, and Barrel Play of the Game, and that award is powered by Landmark Information Services. Hickory winner 41-21. And we'll have all the rest of the scores coming up in just a few minutes with the Warner's Homes and Improvements 5th Quarter Scoreboard Show with Aaron Byro and Art Shannon. They'll be with you until 11 o'clock. We want to thank the folks here at Wilmington, Mike Copper, the athletic director, along with J.R. McFarland, who was the kind of the facility overseer, if you will. Thanks to James Dotson and his outstanding crew from the Lawrence County SportsNet for the video tonight. Always great to work with James and his crew. Can we call him the James Gang? I don't know. They won't. But they were a good rock group. We've had a couple classic rock references. We'll throw that in too.
Seems to me like that would work.
That's right. Good call. And thanks to Aaron Byro back in the studio producing our game and doing a great job as always. Chris, always fun with you. We will we'll be somewhere next Friday. Big slate of action next week, so we will rest up and get after it again in 7 days.
Yeah, no doubt. Looking forward to it. Thanks as always for your prep and enjoyed this time, and looking forward to next week.
For my partner Chris Birch and all those named before, this is Ryan Briggs saying good night from New Wilmington. We're here at Wilmington High School. Hickory defeats Wilmington 41-21. You heard it here on 790 WPIC and watched it on Lawrence County SportsNet. The fifth quarter show, brought to you by Warner Homes and Improvements, is up next on 790 WPIC. Have a great night